is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I am sure many of you have heard by now, no pun intended.
I think there was.
I think there was. Johnny Depp won big in his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. He was awarded $15 million in damages. Amber was awarded $2 million after the jury found Johnny's lawyer defamed her. Not Johnny, but his lawyer. As you can see, this was Amber's reaction as the judge read the jury's verdict. She does not look pleased. Amber is reportedly filing an appeal. Now, in a statement posted to Instagram shortly afterwards, Amber said, quote, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband." Meantime, Johnny was apparently eating fish and chips in an England pub when the verdict was read. Here he is leaving with fans cheering him on. Johnny posted to Instagram shortly after saying the jury, quote, "gave me my life back." Well, we've been talking about it for over 3 decades. No, I'm just.
Oh, I was like 6 weeks, but
It's been a long time, and I want to know your just thoughts on the results. Thoughts.
Were you surprised?
I mean, you know what? I actually surprisingly was feeling bad for Amber Heard. And it's not because I don't know if I believe her story to the extent that she told it, but I do feel bad about the door that she opened up for women being brave enough to share their stories and what it might mean for people who see this that went public and see how they might be treated if they're not lying. I do think that it's problematic that she partnered with the ACLU or was supposed to partner with them and did all these things during the Me Too movement time and made a public spectacle out of what we now are kind of joking about. But it's, you know, it's sad to me because she is a woman who just wrote an article where she didn't write about Johnny Depp's name. She insinuated it, and now you're basically infringing on her freedom of speech rights a little bit.
I disagree with you strongly.
I'm not on her side. I just am really, it's disheartening to see a woman share her story and then this is the outcome. Also, what I heard on CBS News from Gayle King was that this is the first time that on live TV we've seen an alleged sexual abuse survivor, and even though it was disproven or they both have malice towards each other, do that on live TV. So that is something that we have to take into consideration. Like, you know, why was this trial live? Why did we all have to watch it for 6 weeks? I kind of wish that they would have done this in private because the detriment that it may cause to women that want to speak out in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary, and I look at somebody like, you know, I'm glad that you didn't really pick a side because I feel like everybody lost here. And I don't want to sound like a politician when I say this, but we are all people that have a significant amount of life experience behind us. And I think we've all been a toxic participant or part of a couple at some point in our life with some relationship that we have had. So when I look at Amber Heard and I see a young woman that clearly has some issues that need to be worked out. I do not believe that she should have prevailed in this case, but I also don't like to see young folks destroyed. You know, I was late in the game, Linz, before I got it together. And I just think about these young people. I think about like a young Monica Lewinsky, you know, and how this has followed her for decades and refused to let her move on. And I worry that this will be the case with her or Jussie or any of these young folks that made a huge mistake, but who hasn't? Just ours haven't been on TV tour.
Story is not happening.
I'm not.
She's so annoyed with our whole conversation.
I think it's just so silly that you guys are all making excuses for the one person in this case that has proven to be abusive on tape. That is Amber Heard. I agree with freedom of speech so much so that I speak a lot on this platform about it, but you can't defame someone. That is not protected by the First Amendment. So what we have is here, I wasn't hitting you, I wasn't punching you, babe. You're not punched, I did not punch you, I was hitting you over and over. You're such a baby, grow the F up, Johnny. That was recorded consensually together. She's admitting that. I have not seen one piece of evidence, hard evidence, audio or video, that Johnny Depp ever abused her. Is he a jerk? Yes. Did he write weird things on text messages? Yes. Did he throw things? Yes. But the only person I see that is abusive is she. And it's not fair just because we think, oh, she's a woman, that we should somehow be okay with that. In my point of view, this is an outlier case. And I think strongly that she was wrong the whole time and that Johnny, although very strange, and not very nice.
Outlier, but we got to get to I don't know about an outlier.
I definitely think.
I think we've seen a lot of these.
Well, I don't want to make that all about like survivors. This isn't normal. I know we have to move on. I got it. Okay. Yeah. Amber is on the hook to pay Johnny nearly $10.4 million. There's still a lot of questions about how she's going to pay. Amber's attorney was asked on the Today Show why she thought the jury ruled in Johnny's favor. Here's what she said.
What basically they did here is demonize her. And they were able to suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2012 of Amber reporting this to her therapist.
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Where's the money coming from?
I was hoping that Johnny would take the high road, like, you know what? I got my name back or my life back, like he said on Instagram. Like, don't worry about paying me. Yeah, don't. But I feel like the pettiness which we saw the last couple of days, like him partying and just pre-celebrating. He wants his money, whether it puts her out of business for years. There's also a petition that has been signed by last night 4.5 million people that want her to be removed from Aquaman 2. So like, not only is the woman, she might not have any money coming in. It's not even funny because I hate to take money out of people's pockets. Even the situation that Tori thinks they should have all things canceled, but you know,
I don't think canceled. I think she has consequences.
Well,
I mean, she's going to be broke for a long time.
She was on audio saying, "I hit you." Why are we so on her side here? She should be given.
You know, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not on anybody's side.
Right.
I am looking at young people. I'm looking at a young person who I definitely think was having some kind of mental break. That's my opinion. I have no medical knowledge, but I think that she was having she had lost the thread a little bit, and I feel like this relationship was super toxic. I feel like they were both, like, we have to talk about it.
But she has evidence of doing this to her exes even.
I'm not saying she's a great person.
So do you think Johnny should collect the money from her?
I think Johnny should.
I think, first of all, he won't be able to.
Okay, in increments. You think she should pay $1,000 a week? Or
I completely agree with you. He should say, you know what? If he's on this whole victory lap, go ahead and just forfeit. I completely agree.
He might need it. He hasn't worked in a long time.
He has movies lined up. Oh my gosh, he definitely has. The reason why I feel like he was partying so hard is because he knows, you know, whoever his talent agent is had people on standby for when he wins this thing.
Is this the best case scenario for him?
Absolutely.
I mean, I was thinking about that
2, he's rumored.
Really quickly with Chris Rock. I mean, can you imagine the leverage you have with contracts in terms of putting out your next special?
Right.
Anybody is going to pay any amount of money to hear what he has to say about the slap. So maybe a terrible thing happening to you as an entertainer is really just the genesis of a huge financial windfall. So maybe there's a comeback story for it. I mean, did anybody in 2007 see Britney coming back?
No, that's so true.
Maybe Amber
I have a mug that says that. That's so true. Coming up, the Queen's Jubilee is underway in London, but did little Prince Louis steal the show? We're talking about the best moments so far from the big celebration.
Closed captioning provided by
June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That was what's going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Like this show. Thank you. DBL is all new every day.
I was saying that I think that Johnny Depp has like opportunities with his agent like lined up. If this goes well, here's what we have on the table.
And Beetlejuice apparently too he's also with Winona Ryder. They were together forever. She's in Beetlejuice too. So that would be a reunion of Edward Scissorhands' relationship. And then I think, and I want to get your opinions, Captain Jack Sparrow returns.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
he said he was done with it.
Do me a favor. Yeah. Well, my issue, and Lindsay, I don't know. This is like the micro to the macro, but I always thought that, you know, like you'll see those articles where it'll be like like an older celebrity who's in great shape, and they'll post a bikini pic, and they'll be like, so and so claps back at the haters about her bikini pic.
Right.
But you kind of know that was set up by their management so that they could show that picture and then also get the empowerment thing, like, oh, you're 50. It's like you have an 8-pack. Like, don't act like you're like put upon. But whatever. I always thought that was manufactured by them. Are we maybe going to see an era where people are manufacturing things coming at them because public reaction is to then lift you up? If you are exonerated, like,
I don't think Johnny Depp asked for this situation.
I don't
think that, like, I think Amber Heard was more like, let's get this going.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, to use this as an example of someone who want that to happen, it seems like Johnny was fighting for his.
I'm talking about the next celebrity who's like, I haven't had a hit in 6 years.
But if it doesn't go well,
I haven't had a movie in 8 years.
Because that's kind of what Jussie did, is that he set up a thing that's going to make, usually when an artist or somebody stands up for something huge like gay rights or LGBTQ plus rights, then you're like this person that gets elevated because of the stance that you took. So I feel like he was trying to do that because he got attacked and said, this is not right.
First week.
Right, and everybody was like, oh my God, have his back. But when they realized the story doesn't make sense, that to me ruins your reputation and your job, career, more than anything.
Oh, my question, Amber Heard or Jussie, who comes back first?
Right.
Okay, welcome back. Some notable celebrities are standing behind Johnny.
Lindsay. Who else?
Thank you, Al.
Is that the list of celebrities?
We're done with the day. Thank
right.
you, Al.
You're welcome.
Johnny Depp after his big win. Naomi Campbell showed her support for Johnny online, as did Sharon Osbourne and musician Ryan Adams. Meantime, on Amber's side, Amy Schumer posted an uplifting feminist quote to Instagram. And although she did not specifically mention Amber, a lot of people think it was in support of her. Speaking of social media, we got to talk about this because it seems very much like Johnny Depp's trial was really like taken out on TikTok. TikTok videos with hashtags in support of Johnny were viewed more than 19 billion times. Compare that to videos supporting Amber, which only saw 81 million, which is still an enormous amount. So do you think social media played a part in this trial and in the jury's verdict? I'm calling it judge by TikTok, jury by TikTok.
Is that what you're calling
I guess
it?
so.
Our producers.
I think our producers.
Give Michael Dean his credit.
Trial by TikTok, way better. Thank you, Michael Dean. Trial by TikTok, it's a real thing.
So you know Johnny Depp had fans outside of the courtroom from like 1 a.m. according to lawyers that were waiting to get in. So not only was there that spectacle, but then the jury was not sequestered. So that means they had the weekends and whenever to talk to their family. And so if that's the case, I feel like there's no way in today's society with my mom and grandmother on Instagram that you are from any age, a kid down who my kids who are on TikTok to up to my mom and my grandmother that are on Instagram all day. Like there's no way that you're avoiding social media and avoiding any TV. We all maybe weren't interested in the case one day, wanted to know about abortion rights, and still we saw Johnny Depp on the television. So if you tell me these jurors did not participate in any social media, see any television, to me that is a problem because I don't believe that that's true.
I just look at it more as like a way now for us to use analytics because, you know, I remember, and this is obviously pre-TikTok, and it's so weird because it happened here in Denver. It was when Obama was running against McCain, and I was performing out at the old Denver Improv. I mean, still out there in Stapleton. And I remember it was the election was coming up, and I was like, who do you think is going to win? And the comic that was working with me is like, oh, Obama's going to win. I was like, how are you so confident? And he showed me the YouTube views of their speeches. And I never thought until that moment to look at how many, and now Obama was like 43 million back when that was a lot of views on YouTube, and McCain was like 12 or something. I was like, oh, and he won quite handily. So maybe we'll be using TikTok to kind of just see how things are going to go in general, not just for celebrities, but maybe political things as well. You can just look and see how many people are reacting and commenting and interacting with this candidate.
I wonder too if what you're saying, you just made me think, if like somehow gun control or climate change can somehow, I don't know, this sounds really boomer of me, but on TikTok can take off as like a trending situation that changes actual legislation.
Look at Greta Thunberg. I mean, she's young. She kind of rallied the
Even
troops.
BTS is behind some stuff that they go, the K-pop group, if you guys didn't know.
We sound
knew.
so
Okay.
old
Yeah, we
talking
definitely
about
knew who
this.
BTS
You know, the group.
The band.
The guys.
The band, the set. All right, coming up on DBL, celebrating the Queen's 70 years on the throne. That's how old Al is, but not without a few funny faces from Prince Louis. We're talking about the best moments so far from the Jubilee in London.
I've never really... Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant. But Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Oh, I love this. Sorry, the party is officially underway in England. The Queen's Platinum Jubilee kicked off today. It is a 4-day event that celebrates her unbelievable 70-year reign. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, Prince Louis made their carriage debut at Trooping the Colour. They were joined by their mom and their grandma. Meanwhile, Prince William and his dad, Prince Charles, followed the carriage riding horseback. Wow. Also, the palace released this new portrait of the Queen to kick off the celebration. Woo!
She looks cute then.
Nice. She does. So, first of all, we'd like to bring in our British insider, Stephanie Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Please. So, we want to talk to you and we want to ask, why is this event so important? And do the citizens actually like this, or is this kind of seen as silly?
I am not joking. The people in England are losing their minds.
Right?
They're so excited.
Really?
My family included. They are very ready for like the hugest tea party, which is how crazy we get in England. But no, it's such a big deal because the Queen has been on the throne for 70 years. She's the longest reigning monarch in all of British history. There's only one person in the entire history of ever that's beaten her so far, which is in 2 more years' time. Then she'll be like the leading person that's ever lived on any throne ever.
That's unbelievable.
King Louis XIV in France. He reigned 72 years.
That's unbelievable. I mean, she was there with Winston Churchill as prime minister. She was there all World War II.
Exactly. It's a big deal. She's really led the country through so much. And I think after COVID and everything that's been going on, people need this. They need to be together. There needs to be a community. And definitely, this is going to be like street parties everywhere. It's so cute.
For real?
No, seriously.
This is great.
Okay, so Prince Louis making.
I'm like,
It's like real.
Al is like, for real?
It's not cynical.
So Prince Louis making a lot of headlines, especially since he wore his dad's outfit from 37 years ago.
How it's still so pristine, I do not know.
Yeah, where are they keeping it?
I'm getting it's sealed in a airtight container somewhere.
I think they can leave it out. No one's going to wear that.
So what? Do you think it's a nice outfit, or is it given?
I think he looks mega cute. I think he honestly has stolen the show. He's been pulling all these cute faces. He's living his best life. He reminds me of a baby Harry. He is going to be
Look at that.
Harry.
Look at this.
I love him.
Yeah, okay. Well, speaking of Harry, Harry and Meghan are apparently there, but they weren't in that all-important photo that I
They're
guess.
not on the balcony.
Right.
You know,
You're not invited up to the balcony. That seems like it's a problem.
Wait, did they choose not to go, or they weren't invited?
So Meghan and Harry are there, and it's the first time. There's been some snaps of Meghan behind the scenes. It's the first time she's been seen around the royals in 2 years. Wow. But they are not allowed on the famous balcony because only the working royals are allowed to go up there. So if you look, these are all people that are serving, that are traveling the world on behalf of the Queen. They're doing their duties and service. Meghan and Harry gave up that right. But also, it was a handy way for the Queen to say teddy bye to Andrew. See you later.
Oh, I was wondering about Andrew.
Yeah, so he is definitely not present.
I was like, he is not going to be on that balcony either, right?
About time.
Well, yeah, exactly. All right. Tell me about the other events. It's for...
When you say I need to...
Yeah, talk to me about the parties.
What do people do? Are they drinking?
Raging, Al.
Are they in
tea? No, there'll be a mixture of both, Al. So literally there'll
tea
be...
and beer?
Yum!
Spike
What
tea.
a combination, but there will be. So literally people will have, do you know what bunting is?
You mean this type of stuff? You guys seen it 4th of July, you've seen the red and white, blue.
Yeah, exactly, Tori.
Yeah.
So there'll be bunting everywhere. People will be having outdoor tea parties, and there will also be a lot of copious drinking, I'm sure, as well. Particularly this weekend when Diana Ross is performing, Elton John's performing.
Wow.
Yeah, and they gave out 5,000 pairs of tickets.
Wow.
So you could enter, like, on the BBC, pop your name in, and they pulled out 5,000 people, and you get a pair of tickets to go and see all this lot. So everyone's buzzing.
You know, she was the first person to ever televise her own royal coronation, I believe. Coronation,
yes.
Thank you. Ordination is not a word. But she really became a queen that was talked to the public in a different way than any other monarch.
I've never heard her say a word.
We never will know what is truly going on inside the Queen's mind. She will never give her opinion. That is not her place. And you know what? I think that says a lot about her because it's very hard to do. She's very good at keeping the very traditional, stiff British upper lip and keeping up appearances, which is her role. She's not there to be outspoken. She's not there to shake anyone's feathers up. She's our... It's probably really awful of me to say, our glorious mascot that makes everyone happy.
Oh,
but she's very forward-thinking.
Yeah. She has been.
I mean, Kim Kardashian thought she was the first, person to let cameras in the home, but the Queen was like, come on down to my coronation.
Amen.
Back in the day, Lizzie knows what's up.
Lizzie knows what's up. We'll be right back. Lizzie in a tizzy.
I'm on board now.
I like it.
Explained it. Day drinking. Okay.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 states' statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a Bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So, let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, A restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Get your phones out and get ready to scan our QR code to shop some summer deals. Check it out. Steph, what do you have for us today? I'm so excited.
Oh, Tori, hello, and hi, DBL Nation. You know we've got some fantastic items. You've been waiting for them all week, so let's get started. Who doesn't love shopping? I know I do. All right, so first up, we've got Bonico 3-piece Healthy Air Bundle. So this deal includes a bundle that consists of one diffuser, one humidifier, and one fan. So normally, this pack is $90, but we've got it for $29, saving 68%, and this is a really handy little pack. Now, Tori, we've got Bytech Multicolor Lightning 3-pack starter kit with light bars and a light strip.
What?
So this deal includes 2 light bars, 1 light strip, 1 power cable, 1 battery, and 1 super cute remote control.
No way.
So normally this is $40, but we've got this for $24, saving 40% on a disco in your own house. This next one is just too cool. We've got official HD mirror cam 1080p high definition dash cam video recorder. Normally this is $70, but right now it's only $34, saving everyone 51%. And for our last product of today, we've got the Deke 16-piece stainless steel knife block set. So this deal includes 1 knife block, 6 steak knives, 1 chef's knife, 1 carving knife, 1 boning knife, 1 carving fork, 1 bread knife, 1 santoku knife, 1 paring knife, 1 sharpener, and 1 pair of shears. It's normally $100, but we've got it for $39. It saves everyone 61%.
Guys, head on over to morningsave.com, snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, and remember, you can even just scan that QR code on screen. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff. That is good stuff. We love sharing your comments, and Marquita writes us in, Prince Louis is a total mood.
He is.
By the way, your name is Prince Louis. Like, how cool are you?
I don't know if that's cool.
Is that not cool?
No.
What do you mean? Jay-Z's son's name is Sir.
I like that. Prince Louis?
A little too bourgeois.
It sounds like a drink that you would get at a dive bar. Let me get a Prince.
Oh, man.
And what do you think about the outfit? Did you think it was...
I don't know. I don't know if anybody can pull that look off anymore unless you're in the Navy. Like getting off the boat.
Or Popeye.
Or Popeye. Very specific. DBL is new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right. No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The he said, she said is over, with Johnny Depp winning millions against Amber Heard. Is Amber headed for bankruptcy? Plus, trial by TikTok? Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And a celebration fit for a queen as the Platinum Jubilee kicks off in London. But did Prince Louis's royal balcony moment steal the show?
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We have our viewers already chiming in. Yes, I know that you've heard by now that Johnny Depp won big in his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. He was awarded $15 million in damages. Meantime, Amber was awarded $2 million after the jury found that Johnny's lawyer defamed her. Now, as you can see, this was Amber's reaction as the judge read the verdict. She does not look pleased. Amber is reportedly filing an appeal already. Now, in a statement posted to Instagram shortly afterwards, Amber said, quote, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband." Meantime, Johnny was apparently eating fish and chips in an English pub when the verdict was read. Here he is leaving with fans cheering him on. Now, Johnny posted to Instagram shortly after saying that the jury, quote, "gave me my life back." Quick reaction. What did you think? Were you surprised?
I'm happy that Johnny got his life back. I'm not happy for what happened to both of them or Amber Heard is looked at in a different way. I'm happy Johnny got a chance to get his life back because we were in a world just a couple years ago. There was a world when if one person says something, that's the end of your career. Let's put them aside. Johnny got a chance to give his side of the case and got his life back, and that's what I'm happy for.
Were you surprised, Erica?
I wasn't surprised, but I also didn't think that the verdict mattered. I think that this was all about the court of public opinion from the very beginning because there weren't any criminal charges before that. It also is a really great example for people to look at about how you can really make your own fate in situations like this. No one from an external party, no third party came in and created this mess. This was done by the two of them who decided willingly and consensually to be in a relationship. And then when it didn't go well, they aired out all of their grievances and dirty laundry for all the world to weigh in on. So at the end of the day, when you look at Johnny Depp and say, yes, he got his life back, a lot of that had to do with the court of public opinion. People did not want to see this happen to him, but it didn't matter what happened in the courtroom.
Good point. I mean, you know, I look at this toxic relationship and I wonder, as I was listening to you talk, Erica, I wonder if maybe they said the only way out of this is through. And meaning, like, you have to go through this gauntlet of literally an embarrassing
but only
hell.
One made it out with support.
But I would say that they could have both just exited. Like, you take half your stuff, get out of my place. I'll be out in 30 days. I blocked your number. They could have done that, and we would have been covering another story. But neither one of them could do that, or one of them was less willing than the other. So they both, whether they did it together or not, decided that we have to go through this in the public because it's been that toxic, and this is the result.
Millions of people tuned in. In fact, I would love to get a legal perspective. Of course, we're joined today by former prosecutor, friend of the show, veteran trial attorney Mark Eiglarsh. Hey, Mark.
So, Mark.
Hey. Go ahead. Yes.
Well, you know I'm going to give it to you a little bit. Yeah. You know I'm going to give it to you because
go right ahead, Jeff. Go gloat. Why don't you?
Take a big slice of that humble pie. But you did think that Amber was going to win this case. So what did you think of the verdict?
Well, I still am trying to make heads or tails of it. Understand, in one respect, the jurors are saying, we don't believe a single thing that you have to say. So there's no way that you can claim to be a domestic violence victim, so much so that we will strip you of your First Amendment freedom to write what you wrote in your Washington Post article. Okay, I got that for 1 second. But then they grant her $2 million when the attorney for Depp claimed that what she was saying was a hoax and what she was doing was a hoax. How can those reconcile? How can you give her money yet at the same time make her pay money? It's one or the other. So I don't know that this is a proper legal decision, and I like her chances on appeal.
Wow.
Mark, fighting to the end.
What do you think, because you spoke about your ideas of this jury. So what did you think that the jury heard that really made them rule in Johnny's favor?
I think that, like the court of public opinion, they looked at Heard, and like you, Erica, because I saw it in your eyes last time I was on, you don't like Amber Heard. And
I
that's
never
okay.
said that, Mark. I never said that. No, I did not say that.
You didn't say it, but I thought that I got the sense that most people will say had a lot of disdain for what she was saying and the way that she was saying it. I then think it's hard for them to say, well, wait a second, what are we really focusing on? Just what she wrote in the Washington Post article, and whether she had the right to say that men get favored when women come forward, or that I'm a domestic violence victim and I faced the wrath of the public when I went out there. Those things, to me, are constitutionally protected if she believed she was a victim.
No, I appreciate that. I do want to be clear, because I do think I represent a certain segment of the population, that my feeling has always been, I believe women, but I think we all have an opportunity to say, do we believe this particular woman? And I didn't have like a definitive response on that, but I do think it begs a question.
Right, and I think this is wonderful, this verdict, for women who, and I'm not saying that Amber Heard is one, but if there are women who are about to say lies about somebody, like Jeff, for example, and potentially try to ruin his career, they better think before they do it. They better be able to back it up. At the same time, I have concerns for the women who truly are victims, but nothing happened in front of a busload of nuns. It happened in their quiet home, and they're not going to be able to prove it, so maybe they don't come forward with those allegations.
Yeah, it's super scary. I have a question here I want to ask, but when we talk about First Amendment right, yes, she can write that. She can write that essay, but is she then interfering with the rights of the person she's writing about? That was my question with the Amber situation. Isn't she? If you're accusing somebody of something that toxic, are you now taking away their right to work, their right to a normal life?
Yeah, while she didn't mention him by name, a reasonable inference could be, okay, you're talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean dude, and that's going to harm him. So she better be able to back it up, and apparently she wasn't. All right, well, let's get to this. She lost the libel case in London, but won the defamation case here in the States. So, what do we, take from that? What do we think the difference was? Well, you have a judge, not a jury, but a judge who probably doesn't even know what TikTok is. And he made a decision over in London. A jury here, which we know are influenced by public opinion. They're not robots. Of course they know what the prevailing view is, and they make a decision. And they decided that she was void of any credibility. We're not going to give her anything. Very big difference between the two. And by the way, the first trial wasn't against Heard. It was against a newspaper. So how much you're really going to hate the newspaper? They can certainly hate Heard.
Wow. Unbelievable that we might, though, see an appeal come to fruition, given that.
We're going to see it. The question is whether it's going to be reversed. And I think there are a lot of grounds to reverse this.
All right.
I'd like to just see like a fight between Mark and his wife. Like, I told you I was going to take the trash out. It's technically not out there, but I'm still under the law that I'm going to take it out.
Right. Well, he pledged to take it out. Take it out.
Yeah, you can't win. You can't win with Mark.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. For more information,
love you, man.
We love you. We got to make sure our DBL viewers, though, check out your law firm. Go to speaktomark.com. Coming up on DBL, we are continuing the conversation on Johnny's legal win. Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? Plus, Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And did little Prince Louis steal the show at the Queen's Jubilee? We're talking about the best moments so far from the big celebration.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Text him.
We're going to ask Mark his thoughts on the Nene Leakes.
Because it
So
is a
explain that
contract.
a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get into the Nene Leakes being sued by the ex-wife of her boyfriend, saying that she broke their marriage up. So my question is, no different. Let's remove romance. No different than like a contract or somebody breaking a contract between two other parties. Can that party then be sued?
We're going to ask Mark and find out if there's a case here and what will happen. So yeah, we'll find out. We'll let you know.
I
Great.
think it's a slam dunk for the ex-wife.
Brain freeze.
A slam dunk.
Yeah,
Mom
I'll
brain.
explain why.
Like,
Oh, because we're going to talk about it, so you got to stick around to find out. Sam, is there something you want to talk about?
Why? I have a mom brain right now. I just can't formulate my thoughts. So.
I hate that.
Oh, I do have something really good to tell you guys.
Wow, that came back quick.
No, I talked about it on my gratitude walk, and this is not an ad. I didn't make any money. I just completed a 6-week.
Maybe you should explain that.
Yeah.
I take a gratitude walk where I hold a leaf. I hold a leaf and I just try and ground myself, just like how Dumbo holds a feather, but Dumbo flies, but I ground myself. Okay. So listen, I just completed a 6-week parenting course called SESH, and it's completely changed me as a mom. I tend to get triggered. I tend to get really short. This helped me deregulate my emotions, and there's some science-backed tips and tricks. You don't have to do homework. It's just tips and tricks that show you what to do when your kids have big feelings and they're acting out, and how to like not get triggered and just kind of like remove yourself emotionally and just help. I can't tell you how much has changed me. So I reached out to them. This is not an ad. I know it sounds like an ad. I swear on my life it is not an ad. I reached out to them because I'm going to do a postpartum depression course with them, but they gave me a code, SAM50. You can go and take the course I took that I paid for. Get 50% off. It's like $13, and it'll change your life. Go sesh/tantrums, SAM50. Welcome back. Some notable celebs are standing behind Johnny Depp after his big win. Naomi Campbell showed her support for Johnny online, as did Sharon Osbourne and musician Ryan Adams. Meantime, on Amber's side, Amy Schumer posted an uplifting feminist quote. And although she didn't specifically mention Amber, a lot of people think it was indeed in support of her. And speaking of social media, it seems like it was very much on Johnny's side. TikTok videos with hashtags in support of Johnny were viewed more than 19 billion times. Compare that to videos supporting Amber, which only saw 81 million views. So did social media play a part in this trial? You shaking your head.
I think everyone agrees. It definitely did. But from my point of view, again, something I said at the top of the show, I'm not happy that Amber's career or the way she's looked at is bad, right? Let's just say it the way it is. I'm happy that we're getting to the truth, or what we seemingly think is the truth. We are in this place where everyone, you're canceled, you're gone, you're out the door. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to know how you make your money and you support your family, but you're not doing it here, so let's not hear from you. That happened to Johnny Depp, and the very same people that were shutting the door on Johnny Depp socially are the same people supporting him now. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? So like, Johnny Depp's an abuser, I don't want to be part of him, and now they're outside the courtroom showering him with flowers. It's like, pick a side, and the side is, how about some common sense, right?
I remember the day that Johnny Depp said that he was going to go after her legally. I remember us sitting here and talking about it, and I remember stopping down and saying, all this time we've said, where there's smoke, there's fire. If someone said something super defamatory against you, wouldn't you be ready to fight? And we thought it was so bizarre that men and women who had been thrown out there and said, hey, this person did this on the cancel culture train, weren't defending themselves. And he was the first one. I remember that so clearly because we almost thought it was a litmus test. If he defends himself and comes out on the other side of this uncanceled, or whatever we're going to call it, is this going to set a precedence for other people to defend themselves?
It might set a precedent for them to defend themselves, Kabi, but I'm just like, what if he missed? What if you go to defend yourself and you say, you make a verbal gaffe, you say something that makes you look worse, or you say something that could affect you if this becomes a legal matter? So that's the question.
See,
is like,
that's why
do you
it was
say
a
anything or
litmus
nothing?
test, though. And because, in my opinion, if the truth is really going to set you free, then stating your truth, that was my thought back then. And it still kind of remains my thought right now. Like, if you are so confident in your truth, then you're going to go for it. You're not going to think, like, what else could be worse?
And to Erica's point, this isn't a reality TV show star. No offense.
Yeah.
This is someone that's not used to having their lives publicized. This is someone that is very private. And if you read his statement from a few days ago, he said it took him a long time to actually decide to do this because he battled, even though he believed in his own truth, he battled with the fact in so many words that he was going to let the whole world into his private life. So that, to Erica's point, in my opinion, only shows that he was willing to risk his privacy in order to let his truth be set free.
What about your family's privacy? We are all just people that love our. But I'm just saying, if you decide to defend yourself, if Jeff accuses me of running a gambling ring out of my house, if I'd say nothing, people would be like, maybe, why isn't he saying anything? But if we take it to trial, like there's embarrassing stuff that he knows that may be not illegal, but he's going to bring it out. Now I got to tell my daughter.
What if your kids? Would you rather have your kids think that you're an abuser?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's when somebody defames
you.
He did say that. He goes, I don't want my kids thinking it's right. Take Donnie Jepp out of it. Yeah, take him out. But seriously, and he's just like, hey, I have children. They're going to grow up in this world thinking I'm an abuser, and I don't want them thinking that about their father. That was part of the reason why he did it. Not even for his career, just for the way his kids think. And I applaud that.
But his kids went through something too.
We gotta go.
This has been a long process.
Coming up on DBL, Nene Leakes is being taken to court by her boyfriend's estranged wife. Will an alleged infidelity end up costing the reality star?
I've never really. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant, but Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm Ariante.
Welcome back. Former Atlanta housewife Nene Leakes is being sued by her boyfriend's wife. Although now estranged, she claims Nene stole her husband and says Nene hooked up with him while they were still together. Now she's seeking more than $100,000. The suit was filed in North Carolina, one of just 7 states that let people sue their ex's extramarital partner. So technically they can do this. I heard from Mark Eiglarsh. I'll give you the deets, but first I want to know what y'all think.
It's a slam dunk. The ex-wife is going to get some monetary compensation.
So? Wow.
I believe so, yeah. Simply because, and I'm saying this also being like, I don't think she should get a dime because nobody can steal your husband, girl. Nobody can steal your husband. Your husband decided to steal. When he was out in the streets, that's when you got abandoned, okay? But there's only 7 states. The law stipulates essentially that it's abandonment of affection, that they can go after the mistress or Mr. And Nene was posting photos of them before they were actually divorced. So I think in terms of the way that it reads, I think she's going to see something. Do I think she should get money? No, I don't. Also, I think that some attorney went up to her and told her that there were only 7, allegedly. This is completely based on just Cobb conspiracy, okay?
Ooh.
That like she had a slam dunk case and that she was going to get financial compensation and get back at Nene Leakes. And the irony is, this is the woman who told Kim Zolciak in Real Housewives of Atlanta to close her legs to married men. I think that legal counsel came in and was like, listen, sis, you about to get a payday. Let's ride.
Yes. Erica Cobb just broke it down. What do you two think?
Jeff, what do you?
You gotta follow that.
I just think that I think she should win just because you remove the love, remove the affection. There's a contract when you become married, and a third party came in and dissolved that contract. So I think just taking
a third party came in and dissolved the contract.
That's how they're going to talk about it in court.
Sitting in his house watching football, and Nene Leakes ran in and was like, "You are my husband now."
We don't know what happened.
Oh,
Erica.
Albert.
So what's the legal? What's the legal?
I want to know your opinion before I tell you.
I don't like it. I don't like suing people and trying to get financial compensation for a lot of things, you know, all the way up the board. I don't like this. Just because your marriage broke up and you're disgruntled in some sort of way, whether you're the man or the woman, take Nene Leakes out of this. I don't like that. I like, you know what? You got money, so I'm just going to sue you and make myself feel better and take your money. I don't like it.
But they did change her lifestyle, though. I'm sure him leaving must have affected her lifestyle.
That I do not know. You're assuming that he's the breadwinner.
Well, just even if they're equal breadwinners.
Well, according to Mark Eiglarsh, the attorney, I told you you and Mark are a lot alike. Mark says absolutely not. This is meritless, and it should not clog up our legal system, according to Mark Eiglarsh, attorney.
Okay, well, I have this question for Mark. If the letter of the law is followed to a T, which essentially states that what she's asking for, she's deserving of, according to these 7 states, isn't she going to see something? I don't think she should. I don't think it should clog up the legal system. But I feel like she might. And I think it's all a storyline that somebody's playing in their head.
Producer
that somebody might be me.
I love it. I'm sorry, doesn't Erica look like the ambassador to St. Lucia? I keep looking at you like you look like royalty, but like when you land on like an island and like she comes like, welcome to my country.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to my girl Esther Lee Leach, who is an actual ambassador to St. Louis.
Wow.
I'm from Chicago.
Esther in St. Lucia,
I know Esther, and she's never brought it up. That would be the first thing I led with, even if you already knew. I'd tell you again.
Does that mean we all get to go to St. Lucia?
I know. What's up with that?
Sam always looking to get behind that velvet rope.
I know. I'm going on Friday to Slightly Stupid 311 backstage.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. I asked for 2 more tickets for you and Jordan, but they can't.
Yeah, just like all the hotel rooms and everything else.
That's your fault. I tried.
Sam's like, I got the hookups. I'm staying at the Ritz. I called. They don't even give me free parking.
That's your fault. You're welcome.
A lot of Sam's hookups fall through.
No, I don't want your
I'm never giving you anything.
I don't want it. I'll pay my way. I'll sit in the back at Slightly Stupid and enjoy it. My well-hardened bucks.
Coming up on DBL. Celebrating the Queen's 70 years on the throne, but not without a few funny faces from Prince Louis. We're talking about the best moments so far from the Jubilee in London.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states. But our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So, let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Okay, you guys bringing up that Sam wants a free trip, someone bringing up that, remember when Sam used to do valet? There's nothing wrong with doing valet. I never did valet. I gave out badges in a parking garage.
Do it the badge. Do it the badge valet.
A badge valet, there's no such thing.
People go down to the garage and get their badge and leave.
It's called credentials, and I was credentials, and I got to meet the game. I got to meet Tom
Anyone
Cruise.
with
a lot of valet people meet a lot of famous people.
Nothing wrong with being
And then
valet.
the famous people go inside.
Probably better to be valet than handing out badges in a really polluted garage.
I don't know. Opinions vary.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. And what's wrong with asking for a trip? Like, I don't understand. That's not a big deal, right?
Very presumptive.
Okay, all right. If you're sticking around for the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. A family's very heartbreaking adoption story as they try to get a child from Ukraine to America. The mom will be here live to tell us where they stand now in the battle to bring her home. Plus, thousands of people in London are celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. But did Harry and Meghan attend? We're talking all about it next.
With summer right around the corner, more people are running to the thermostat to cool down their home. But what are the best ways to save on your energy bill? Let's verify.
For these questions, we went to Logan Kraska, lead communications consultant at Duke Energy, and the federal conservation program Energy Star. The first question, is it cheaper to leave your air conditioner on all day than to turn it off when you're gone?
If you're leaving home just for the day, it's definitely more energy efficient to keep your air conditioning turned on. Just turn it up a few degrees higher than you might set it for comfort if you were at home.
Kreska says the reason behind this is because it will take more energy to start up your AC and cool your home down. So we can verify that yes, it is cheaper to leave your AC on all day. The next question, is there a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day? According to this graph by Energy Star, in the summer to save the most money, they suggest keeping your air conditioning at 78 degrees when you wake up, 85 degrees during the day, and 82 degrees when you're sleeping.
But if you're like me, those temperatures are way too hot. So Kreska suggests bumping up the temp to where you feel the most comfortable.
If you raise the temperature by just 2 degrees, this is, 2 degrees more than what you're generally comfortable with inside the house, what makes you feel cool. This is going to help you reduce your cooling costs by 5%.
So we can verify that, yes, there's a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day. And finally, will leaving the ceiling fan on all day cool your home?
Fans don't cool homes, they don't cool rooms, they cool people. So if you're in the home, turn that fan on.
The fan can cool you down about 4 degrees, so Kreska says it's good to keep it on when you're home, but turn it off when you leave to get the most bang for your buck. So we can verify that no, the ceiling fan does not cool your home.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No. Y'all just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. You'll notice we have a very special guest with us today, Miss Stephanie Jones.
Holding it down for the Brits today.
Yes, we need this, Steph, because you're here to talk about what everyone's watching right now, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. That's okay.
That's right.
That's right. The party's officially underway in England. So the Queen's Platinum Jubilee kicked off today. She's celebrating 70 years on the throne. Prince George, Prince Charlotte, and Prince Louis made their carriage debut. Is this supposed to be Steph?
That's true.
I think Steph needs to
I
say
screwed
this.
up too during access, and I was like, am I reading
I'm sorry,
this?
my producers briefed me, so it's all on me, but I feel like I need to hear this from Steph because I know nothing about this. Nothing. I know that they were joined by their mom and their grandma.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Prince William, right, he was there. Prince Charles followed, like, riding horseback. To me, this is bananas.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Look at this, you guys. This looks like this is like something from centuries ago. But please, kick it off. Tell us, break it down, Steph.
All right. So what we're seeing there is we're seeing, William and Charles, they lead the trooping, which is basically they do it every year when it's the Queen's birthday. So we do see this a lot. And we've also got a portrait of the Queen here, which has just been released. I think she looks super cute.
I love it.
So let's break down what else we've got going on, because literally this is a fun-filled weekend. There's going to be so many celebrities. Everyone's going to be losing their minds in England. And I think people in America are like confused, like why is it such a big deal?
Okay, you can just say my name. I'm confused.
Alex really confused.
Do the citizens really enjoy this, or do they?
Yeah.
They do. Okay.
Absolutely. Literally, this is like, first of all, everyone loves a bank holiday weekend, right? You all love a day off work, let's be honest, right? First of all.
So the whole country gets off. That's what was going to be my question.
Everyone's going to have like a very long, lovely weekend. There's going to be like all these tea parties, which don't sound very exciting, but they're really cute.
I love a good tea party.
Loads of bunting everywhere, like little British flags. Everyone gets days off work. Elton John's performing. Diana Ross. It's going to be like amazing.
Is it so? They always come in a carriage? Like a horse-drawn carriage, like at Disneyland?
That's like a real thing. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen on Sunday. There's the golden carriage, which literally looks like Cinderella.
That's
something from Cinderella.
crazy.
It looks like the Sistine Chapel has been painted on this thing, but the Queen herself will not be riding in it. There's going to be a special guest, but we don't know who.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
I mean, I'd love it to be Meghan and Harry, but it's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen. Yeah.
Meghan and Harry, speaking of them, they're there, but they're not with the royal family. Are they with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell?
Wow.
What?
Really?
What happened?
Out of all people, they got to be with them. That was shady.
I was trying to shade Prince Andrew, not Harry and Meghan. But let's stick to Harry and
You
Meghan.
them together in a real nice little package, didn't you?
So how come Harry and Meghan aren't up in the balcony with everybody else,
Okay,
right?
so Harry and Meghan are there, and it's the first time they've been seen out and about in public with the royals, but they will not be attending the balcony. That's the shot that we're seeing right now, which is what the royals are infamous for, right? They're known for this shot. It's a big deal. That's because they are not working members of the royal family, which is also why, conveniently, Andrew is not seen too.
Oh, that's why he's not there.
But they are there. But they are there.
That's interesting. I don't know why we're not there.
I would
we should
love
be
it.
there.
Wouldn't that be epic? Well, they gave out 5,000 tickets, and it was a free-for-all. So you just went on the BBC website, popped your name in, and it was like a lucky draw, and they gave you 2 tickets.
And when you get these
I thought you had some pull, girl.
I know. No, it was just free-for-all. Free-for-all. I wish.
When you get these 2 tickets, do you get anything, or you just show up?
You go, and you're in there's a whole stadium. You'll see all the show. Honestly, it's going to be fantastic.
Why does Jeff have stank face?
Well, because Eric's has been wanting to ask her question for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, stop looking at that. That's
Okay,
gone.
so let's talk about Prince Louis because obviously he's making a lot of headlines, especially since he wore his dad's outfit from 37 years ago.
There you go.
So what do you think of this throwback? And also, do you think that this photo was staged?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on. Could it be any more staged? Well, first of all, I was saying earlier to the guys, whoever's taken care of this outfit's done an outstanding job. I can barely hold something for a year without getting moth holes in it. This must have been in like an airtight, sealed vault somewhere under the castle. But he looks really cute. But he gives me like Harry vibes because he's dead cheeky and cute. Have you seen all like little faces he pulls? He's not following protocol. He's just like, I'm living my life. I'm a prince.
I'm glad he's living his life and like full on being a kid. I don't want to see him all like poised up there. I want to see him making faces.
Have him dressed like
Seems like he's doing what he wants in that outfit.
Harry of this generation.
I feel like we're so focused on celebrity, and that's cool. That's you're a celebrity person. But I want to talk about like what would somebody like me be doing, like pre-sober Al? What else do people do on the weekend?
Very apt actually, because
what would I be doing?
You know, in the words of Johnny Depp, they're going to be having a mega pint. They're going to be having a big boozy weekend. Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to be having fun. There's going to be a lot of tea and cakes, but oh yes, there will be champagne and prosecco on the lawn. Very much.
And let's not forget that golden carriage.
Yeah, the golden carriage. I'm dying to know who's going in the carriage.
Too.
Seriously.
Who do you think? You have to have some insight.
I already told you.
I would love it to be
there has to
Meghan
be
and Harry,
one
but it's never
celebrity.
going to
She
happen.
already said Meghan and Harry. I want to get one more thing from Steph.
Okay.
Oh, I hope it's not Charles and Camilla, though.
No.
I'll be really disappointed if it's Charles and Camilla.
Okay, all right. It probably is going to be
It probably
them.
will be.
Now, Steph, I hope that you saw our first part of the show because I heard that you have some insight in regard to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Please tell us, what are you thinking?
Okay, so one of my very lovely friends, this is Azzy Glazer. She's like a bespoke perfumer to literally the stars. She's very good friends with Kate Moss, Helena Bonham Carter, and Johnny. They're always together, like all the time. He went straight to her literally when they went to London. They all went out. He had this like concert at the Royal Albert Hall. Kate Moss came and they rekindled.
Oui.
I don't know what it means. But Kate Moss fans were outside literally crying. Literally losing their mind.
Rekindle means you're a
She went, they had a very nice time. She has got a boyfriend, a German count, as you do, but we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Steph Jones. And can I just say, we were completely off prompter. Steph, you handled that like a darn pro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love her. All right.
God save the Queen.
Coming up on DBL, a very important story, you guys. A family fighting to bring a child home from Ukraine. The mom will join us live, sharing the latest on the adoption that was halted because of the Russian invasion.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
We're not saying where. Sveta.
Sveta.
Oh, Sveta.
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 It's Svetlana, but they call her
Okay.
Sveta.
Okay.
So they're visiting her at a refugee camp right now.
We're not
They
going to say
don't-
where.
We don't want to say where.
Yeah.
How is she doing? Your follow-up to that is like, what does life look like day to day for her?
Wait,
and
Sveta's
then-
the daughter.
Correct.
Okay.
Not official
Alleged.
daughter.
It's still in
completely
process for
halted.
adoption.
So she's not officially.
This is my
adopted.
family's friend.
Jeff, you have question
Yeah.
number 2.
Sveta considered a
refugee now?
Does
Does
that
that
make-
make adoption easier in any way? Sam, you have the third question. If Ukraine loses this
Yep.
war with Russia, what will happen to this adoption?
And Gina Callahan, right?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I'm saying it right, even though it's...
And then Al, you have the last one on what's next.
Okay.
Like, what are you?
All right. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hi.
We're just getting briefed. Yeah, we're just
we're
getting
briefed. This is live TV, people. Okay, so there are going to be
so
some
much for
things
doing
that
this
happen that are unscheduled.
And the last segment was a debacle.
My mom says hi.
That's where we scramble the most. And
To
but,
be
you know,
fair, like Sam, so the other, we film multiple shows, and when I did it, it's too long of a setup, right?
yeah,
So I'm just like,
And
just
I've
get
actually
to it. It's like,
yeah.
hey, so here joining us now, Steph,
Right.
England. There's a lot going on at Jubilee,
Right.
Steph. Hit us with it. This was like too
Because
long.
I don't know anything about it, so
I bombed mine.
I would rather have Steph say all
Me
those
too.
things
Like,
than me.
keep
'cause
it
I don't
short
know.
and tight and let Stephanie go.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. I'm not.
Yeah. This next story, you guys, really important. There's going to be, so this is a family, this is a friend of my family's that we've been trying to get on the show for a long time, but there is going to be a call to action at the end of the segment. So make sure that you stay tuned for that call to action. We need your help. She's an 11-year-old who simply wants to come home. But just as her American family finished the paperwork, Ukraine was invaded, and now her international adoption is at a standstill. Her mother, Gina Callahan, is here to share the latest in their adoption battle. But first, here's a look at her family's story. A note: for privacy reasons, we aren't showing the child's face.
When you least expect it, you can meet someone who will completely change your life.
Back in 2019, in the summer, we hosted a little girl by the name of Svetlana. We didn't know hardly anything about this little girl. She did not speak English. We had about a paragraph of information on her. She showed up in June of 2019, got off the airplane, and we just madly fell in love with her, like, instantaneously. We cried sending her back. She cried.
Gina's family hosts 2 more times before deciding to officially make Sveta part of their family.
On January 17th of this year, we were approved to adopt 2 children from Ukraine. It was the same day, actually, that Russia had evacuated their embassy from Ukraine. And we just thought, this is not going in the right direction. And, you know, we all know what happened from there. It just, everything stopped.
The orphanage that houses Sveta, as well as another 130 kids, is located in Kyiv.
War broke out on February 24th. On February 25th, they were on the road. They jumped into buses and made their way to a neighboring country. Shelling, bombing, they saw it all, but thankfully got to safety relatively quickly. At this point, we realized our adoption is paused. There's no way to move forward in a war.
Wow. I hope we can help. Please welcome to DBL, Gina Callahan. Gina, your story definitely has touched a lot of us. I just want to say, you know, in full transparency, our mothers are friends. And our hearts are with you, and we hope at the end of this interview there is a call to action. We hope we can help.
Absolutely. Because you and your family are actually visiting Sveta at her refugee camp right now. So how is she doing?
We are. We've been here for about, I think, 3 days or so. And she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's a resilient little girl. She has a big smile on her face. She's being fed 3 times a day, and they're doing all they can to take care of these kids. And we've been really impressed by her orphanage director and all the caretakers who have been completely displaced, but yet have such a heart for these children and are caring for them the best way that they can in the situation they're in.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to resonate with this story, especially those who are looking to expand their families in this way through adoption. There's so many things that have to come together, and the fact that you were so close I know is really, really affecting people. So what does Sveta's day-to-day look like right now?
Right now, it's rather boring, to be honest. They are in a hostel that is gated. They are not really going outside of the gate all that often. This country has been amazing to them as far as allowing them to go to amusement parks and things of that nature. But for the most of the days have been there, hanging out. They have concrete to play on, and they've had a little bit of education, but you know, they haven't been able to do a ton with them. I think they've had about 2 hours a day of school, and the rest is just kind of free play. So I think she's relatively bored.
Yeah, well, Gina, thank you so much for sharing your story first and foremost. But my question is Sveta considered a refugee now? And obviously the question is, does that make this adoption easier in any way or harder?
There is no adoption at this point. She is still a ward of the country of Ukraine. So, and they have established martial law, which means there's no working legal government at this moment in time. And it looks like that's probably been established at least through August. So when they're in a state like this, there's just really no possible way to do adoptions. So at this point, we are completely on hold as far as the adoption goes. And we've come to understand that now, that that's not a possibility. But one thing that we are asking is to maybe be able to host her until the war is completed and Ukraine has regained their footing and adoption can start up again. We've hosted her 3 times already. And we're just really hopeful that we could get her a traveling visa like she's had 3 other times to just come stay with us and be with us in the interim.
That would seem like the absolute most logical and hopefully easiest thing to do, but I know it's not. And I have to ask you this very difficult question that I know has plagued you and the other potential adopted families. What if Ukraine loses this war with Russia? What will happen to this adoption and the other children?
Yeah. Well, Russia stopped international adoption in 2013, so there is no international adoption if Russia were to take over. So I think our situation would be pretty dire at that point. We're just really hopeful that that won't be the case. So we're just going to fight and fight and fight to get her at least to be a hoster and go from there. But if Russia takes over, I think our chances are very slim.
Well, Gina, the first step is getting the word out. You know, when I was talking to our producers, we were calling them like the lost children. Like, these are children that have families. Like, let's find a way to get them to their families. So DBL Nation, we need your help to bring Sveta and the others to their new homes. You can sign Gina's petition by visiting petitiontocongress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. They need as many signatures as possible to get it recognized. We can do this. We ask you to please join in and help us. Gina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We hope that we can be in touch and that there is a happy ending. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us share our story.
Thank you, Gina.
Take
care.
care.
We'll be right back.
This one. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant. But Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm...
Get your phones out and get ready to scan our QR code to shop some summer deals. Check it out. Steph, what do you have for us today? I'm so excited.
Oh, Tori, hello, and hi, DBL Nation. You know we've got some fantastic items. You've been waiting for them all week, so let's get started. Who doesn't love shopping? I know I do. All right, so first up, we've got Bonico 3-piece Healthy Air Bundle. So this deal includes a bundle that consists of one diffuser, one humidifier, and one fan. So, Tori, I'm telling you, this contains everything you could need for your own little bubble of clean, healthy air. It's even got this personal humidifier, helps promote healthy skin, and it will help relieve itchy and dry eyes, hay fever's a nightmare, allergies, and I love changing the colour to fit my mood. So normally this pack is $90, but we've got it for $29, saving 68%, and this is a really handy little pack. Now, Tori, this next deal is becoming super popular. We've got Bytech Multicolor Lightning 3-pack starter kit with light bars and a light strip.
What?
So this deal includes 2 light bars, 1 light strip, 1 power cable, 1 battery, and 1 super cute remote control.
No way.
So each light bar can be placed vertically or horizontally, and they both include stands. To give you an idea, I've got these on either side of my TV. But you can also put them on your vanity or your nightstand. Just get creative with it. And this light strip has self-sticking adhesive. Literally, it's so cool. Literally, it's got 6 feet worth of light. So for this, you can put it in your working gaming spaces, TV, computer backlights, cabinets, mirrors. The list just goes on and on and on. So normally, this is $40, but we've got this for $24, saving 40% on a disco in your own house.
That's amazing. And also, guys, think about a nightlight. If you need it to look minimal and cool on the side, it's just simple, simple, simple.
Love that.
Like that product.
This next one is just too cool. We've got official HD mirror cam 1080p high definition dash cam video recorder. So this HD mirror cam will be your eyes and ears during those summer road trips that you've been planning, because it instantly turns your rear view mirror into a dash cam, giving you clear video and audio of your surroundings. And it does have motion detection, so it will start recording if it detects motion outside of the car. And it's even got night vision.
Oh my word.
So you can view the footage on instant playback screen, or you can download it directly to your computer. Normally this is $70, but right now it's only $34, saving everyone 51%.
Oh my God, easiest decision ever. If there's ever an accident, I just witnessed one, having this camera could literally save you so much hassle.
And for our last product of today, we've got the Deke 16-piece stainless steel knife block set. So this deal includes 1 knife block, 6 steak knives, 1 chef's knife, 1 carving knife, 1 boning knife, 1 carving fork, 1 bread knife, 1 santoku knife, 1 paring knife, 1 sharpener, and 1 pair of shears. Comfortable, efficient handles and ultra sharp, high carbon stainless steel blades, making your knife stay sharper for longer. It's normally $100, but we've got it for $39. It saves everyone 61%, and I guarantee you're going to love this item.
You get all of that for $39?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm always losing scissors.
The shears are so important. Guys, these are really great items. Head on over to morningsave.com, snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, and remember, you can even just scan that QR code on screen. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a Bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So, let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Lots of comments in regard to Gina and the adoption story. Victoria says, I can't imagine being away from my kids like that. You should be together, Gina. Amen. Cheryl says, there's always so much more than what is and heard and felt with the effects of war. Again, if you want to help bring Sveta to her new home, you can sign Gina's petition by visiting petitiontocongress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. We can actually help just by dedicating 2 seconds of our lives.
Right. And I just hope everybody in this country, but throughout the world, like realizes when you just throw, oh, just bomb them. Oh, that country said, drop a bomb. There are kids down there. She's down there. So like the next time we like, let's go to war, remember that face. It's like, I cannot believe we're here.
So much fallout,
in
so much collateral damage. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
These are people.
It's just crazy too, and you'd think like they'd want to help get the children out of that country, and then it comes down to logistics. I know, it's very interesting, and how she can't get out.
I know.
It's sad.
Well, DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right. No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with the knee now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood. Yes, very good.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The he said, she said is over, with Johnny Depp winning millions against Amber Heard. Is Amber headed for bankruptcy? Plus, trial by TikTok? Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And a celebration fit for a queen as the Platinum Jubilee kicks off in London. But did Prince Louis's royal balcony moment steal the show?
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. We have our viewers already chiming in. Yes, I know that you've heard by now that Johnny Depp won big in his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. He was awarded $15 million in damages. Meantime, Amber was awarded $2 million after the jury found that Johnny's lawyer defamed her. Now, as you can see, this was Amber's reaction as the judge read the verdict. She does not look pleased. Amber is reportedly filing an appeal already. Now, in a statement posted to Instagram shortly afterwards, Amber said, quote, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband." Meantime, Johnny was apparently eating fish and chips in an English pub when the verdict was read. Here he is leaving with fans cheering him on. Now, Johnny posted to Instagram shortly after saying that the jury, quote, "gave me my life back." Quick reaction. What did you think? Were you surprised?
I'm happy that Johnny got his life back. I'm not happy for what happened to both of them or Amber Heard is looked at in a different way. I'm happy Johnny got a chance to get his life back because we were in a world just a couple years ago. There was a world when if one person says something, that's the end of your career. Let's put them aside. Johnny got a chance to give his side of the case and got his life back, and that's what I'm happy for.
Were you surprised, Erica?
I wasn't surprised, but I also didn't think that the verdict mattered. I think that this was all about the court of public opinion from the very beginning because there weren't any criminal charges before that. It also is a really great example for people to look at about how you can really make your own fate in situations like this. No one from an external party, no third party came in and created this mess. This was done by the two of them who decided willingly and consensually to be in a relationship. And then when it didn't go well, they aired out all of their grievances and dirty laundry for all the world to weigh in on. So at the end of the day, when you look at Johnny Depp and say, yes, he got his life back, a lot of that had to do with the court of public opinion. People did not want to see this happen to him, but it didn't matter what happened in the courtroom.
Good point. I mean, you know, I look at this toxic relationship and I wonder, as I was listening to you talk, Erica, I wonder if maybe they said the only way out of this is through. And meaning, like, you have to go through this gauntlet of literally an embarrassing hell.
But only one made it out with support.
But I would say that they could have both just exited. Like, you take half your stuff, get out of my place, I'll be out in 30 days. I blocked your number. They could have done that and we would have been covering another story. But neither one of them could do that, or one of them was less willing than the other. So they both, whether they did it together or not, decided that we have to go through this in the public because it's been that toxic. And
Yeah,
this is the result.
Millions of people tuned in. In fact, I would love to get a legal perspective. Of course, we're joined today by former prosecutor, friend of the show, veteran trial attorney Mark Eiglarsh. Hey, Mark.
So, Mark.
Hey.
Go ahead. Yes.
Well, you know I'm going to give it to you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know I'm going to give it to you
Go right ahead, Jeff. Go gloat. Why don't you?
Take a big
Go
slice
ahead.
of that humble pie. But you did think that Amber was going to win this case. So what did you think of the verdict?
Well, I still am trying to make heads or tails of it. Understand, in one respect, the jurors are saying, we don't believe a single thing that you have to say. So there's no way that you can claim to be a domestic violence victim, so much so that we will strip you of your First Amendment freedom to write what you wrote in your Washington Post article. Okay, I got that for 1 second. But then they grant her $2 million when the attorney for Depp claimed that what she was saying was a hoax and what she was doing was a hoax. How can those reconcile? How can you give her money yet at the same time make her pay money? It's one or the other. So I don't know that this is a proper legal decision, and I like her chances on appeal.
Wow.
Mark, fighting to the end.
What do you think? Because you spoke about your ideas of this jury. So what did you think that the jury heard that really made them rule in Johnny's favor?
I think that, like the court of public opinion, they looked at Heard, and like you, Erica, because I saw it in your eyes last time I was on, you don't like Amber Heard. And
I
that's
never
okay.
said that, Mark. I never said that. No, I did not say that.
You didn't say it, but I thought that I got the sense that most people will say had a lot of disdain for what she was saying and the way that she was saying it. I then think it's hard for them to say, well, wait a second, what are we really focusing on? Just what she wrote in the Washington Post article, and whether she had the right to say that men get favored when women come forward, or that I'm a domestic violence victim and I faced the wrath of the public when I went out there. Those things, to me, are constitutionally protected if she believed she was a victim.
No, I appreciate that. I do want to be clear, because I do think I represent a certain segment of the population, that my feeling has always been, I believe women, but I think we all have an opportunity to say, do we believe this particular woman? And I didn't have like a definitive response on that, but I do think it begs a question.
Right, and I think this is wonderful, this verdict, for women who, and I'm not saying that Amber Heard is one, but if there are women who are about to say lies about somebody, like Jeff, for example, and potentially try to ruin his career, they better think before they do it. Yep. They better be able to back it up. At the same time, I have concerns for the women who truly are victims, but nothing happened in front of a busload of nuns. It happened in their quiet home, and they're not going to be able to prove it, so maybe they don't come forward with those allegations.
Yeah, it's super scary. I have a question here I want to ask, but when we talk about First Amendment right, yes, she can write that. She can write that essay, but is she then interfering with the rights of the person she's writing about? That was my question with the Amber situation. Isn't she? If you're accusing somebody of something that toxic, are you now taking away their right to work, their right to a normal life?
Yeah, while she didn't mention him by name, a reasonable inference could be, okay, you're talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean dude, and that's going to harm him. So she better be able to back it up, and apparently she wasn't. All right, well, let's get to this. She lost the libel case in London, but won the defamation case here in the States. So, what do we, take from that? What do we think the difference was? Well, you have a judge, not a jury, but a judge who probably doesn't even know what TikTok is. And he made a decision over in London. A jury here, which we know are influenced by public opinion. They're not robots. Of course they know what the prevailing view is, and they make a decision. And they decided that she was void of any credibility. We're not going to give her anything. Very big difference between the two. And by the way, the first trial wasn't against Heard. It was against a newspaper. So how much are you really going to hate the newspaper? They can certainly hate Heard.
Wow. Unbelievable that we might, though, see an appeal come to fruition, given that.
We're going to see it. The question is whether it's going to be reversed. And I think there are a lot of grounds to reverse this.
All right.
I'd like to just see like a fight between Mark and his wife. Like, I told you I was going to take the trash out. It's technically not out there, but I'm still under the law that I'm going to take it out.
Right. Well, he pledged to take it out. Take it out.
Yeah, you can't win. You can't win with Mark.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. For more information,
love you, man.
We love you. We got to make sure our DBL viewers, though, check out your law firm. Go to speaktomark.com. Coming up on DBL, we are continuing the conversation on Johnny's legal win. Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? com. Plus, Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And did little Prince Louis steal the show at the Queen's Jubilee? We're talking about the best moments so far from the big celebration.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get.
If we're gonna be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Text him.
We're going to ask Mark his thoughts on the Nene Leakes.
Because it
So
is a
explain
contract.
that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get into the Nene Leakes being sued by the ex-wife of her boyfriend, saying that she broke their marriage up. So my question is, no different. Let's remove romance. No different than like a contract or somebody breaking a contract between two other parties. Can that party then be sued?
We're going to ask Mark and find out if there's
I'll
a
ask
case
him
here
now.
and what will happen. So, yeah, we'll find out. We'll let you know.
I
Great.
think it's a slam dunk for the ex-wife.
Brain freeze.
A slam dunk.
Yeah,
Mom
I'll
brain.
explain why.
Like,
Oh, because we're going to talk about it, so you got to stick around to find out. Sam, is there something you want to talk about?
why? I have a mom brain right now. I just can't formulate my thoughts. So.
I hate that.
Oh, I do have something really good to tell you guys.
Wow, that came back quick.
No, I talked about it on my gratitude walk, and this is not an ad. I didn't make any money. I just completed a 6-week.
Maybe you should explain that.
Yeah.
I take a gratitude walk where I hold a leaf. I hold a leaf and I just try and ground myself. Just like how Dumbo holds a feather, but Dumbo flies, but I ground myself. Okay. So listen, I just completed a 6-week parenting course called SESH. And it's completely changed me as a mom. I tend to get triggered. I tend to get really short. This helped me deregulate my emotions. And there's some science-backed tips and tricks. You don't have to do homework. It's just tips and tricks that show you what to do when your kids have big feelings and they're acting out, and how to like not get triggered and just kind of like remove yourself emotionally and just help. I can't tell you how much has changed me. So I reached out to them. This is not an ad. I know it sounds like an ad. I swear on my life it is not an ad. I reached out to them because I'm going to do a postpartum depression course with them, but they gave me a code, SAM50. You can go and take the course I took that I paid for. Get 50% off. It's like $13, and it'll change your life. Go sesh /tantrums, SAM50.
Welcome back. Some notable celebs are standing behind Johnny Depp after his big win. Naomi Campbell showed her support for Johnny online, as did Sharon Osbourne and musician Ryan Adams. Meantime, on Amber's side, Amy Schumer posted an uplifting feminist quote. And although she didn't specifically mention Amber, a lot of people think it was indeed in support of her. And speaking of social media, it seems like it was very much on Johnny's side. TikTok videos with hashtags in support of Johnny were viewed more than 19 billion times. Compare that to videos supporting Amber, which only saw 81 million views. So did social media play a part in this trial? You shaking your
I think everyone agrees. It definitely did. But from my point of view, again, something I said at the top of the show, I'm not happy that Amber's career or the way she's looked at is bad, right? Let's just say it the way it is. I'm happy that we're getting to the truth, or what we seemingly think is the truth. We are in this place where everyone, you're canceled, you're gone, you're out the door. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to know how you make your money and you support your family, but you're not doing it here, so let's not hear from you. That happened to Johnny Depp, and the very same people that were shutting the door on Johnny Depp socially are the same people supporting him now. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? So like, Johnny Depp's an abuser, I don't want to be part of him, and now they're outside the courtroom showering him with flowers. It's like, pick a side, and the side is, how about some common sense, right?
I remember the day that Johnny Depp said that he was going to go after her legally. I remember us sitting here and talking about it, and I remember stopping down and saying, all this time we've said, where there's smoke, there's fire. If someone said something super defamatory against you, wouldn't you be ready to fight? And we thought it was so bizarre that men and women who had been thrown out there and said, hey, this person did this on the cancel culture train weren't defending themselves. And he was the first one. I remember that so clearly because we almost thought it was a litmus test. If he defends himself and comes out on the other side of this uncanceled, or whatever we're going to call it, is this going to set a precedence for other people to defend themselves? It
might set a precedent for them to defend themselves, Kabi, but I'm just like, what if he missed? What if you go to defend yourself and you make a verbal gaffe, you say something that makes you look worse, or you say something that could affect you if this becomes a legal matter? So that's the question. Is like,
that's why it was a litmus test, though.
And
because in my opinion, if the truth is really going to set you free, then stating your truth, that was my thought back then. And it still kind of remains my thought right now. Like, if you are so confident in your truth, then you're going to go for it. You're not going to think, like, what else could be worse?
And to Erica's point, this isn't a reality TV show star. No offense.
Yeah.
This is someone that's not used to having their lives publicized. This is someone that it's very private. And if you read his statement from a few days ago, he said it took him a long time to actually decide to do this because he battled, even though he believed in his own truth, he battled with the fact in so many words that he was going to let the whole world into his private life. So that, to Erica's point, in my opinion, only shows that he was willing to risk his privacy in order to let his truth be set free.
What about your family's privacy? We are all just people that love our. But I'm just saying, if you decide to defend yourself, if Jeff accuses me of running a gambling ring out of my house, if I'd say nothing, people would be like, maybe, why isn't he saying anything? But if we take it to trial, like, there's embarrassing stuff that he knows that may be not illegal, but he's going to bring it out. Now I got to tell my daughter.
What if your kids? Would you rather have your kids think that you're an abuser?
I don't know. That's the thing. When somebody defames
you, he did say that. He goes, I don't want my kids thinking it's right. Take Donnie Jepp out of it and take him out. But seriously, and he's just like, hey, I have children. They're going to grow up in this world thinking I'm an abuser, and I don't want them thinking that about their father. That was part of the reason why he did it. Not even for his career, just for the way his kids think. And I applaud that.
But his kids went through something too.
We gotta go.
This has been a long process.
Coming up on DBL, Nene Leakes is being taken to court by her boyfriend's estranged wife. Will an alleged infidelity end up costing the reality star?
I've never really. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant, but Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm Ariane.
Welcome back. Former Atlanta housewife Nene Leakes is being sued by her boyfriend's wife. Although now estranged, she claims Nene stole her husband and says Nene hooked up with him while they were still together. Now she's seeking more than $100,000. The suit was filed in North Carolina, one of just 7 states that let people sue their ex's extramarital partner. So technically they can do this. I heard from Mark Eiglarsh. I'll give you the deets, but first I want to know what y'all think.
It's a slam dunk. The ex-wife is going to get some monetary compensation.
So? Wow.
I believe so, yeah. Simply because, and I'm saying this also being like, I don't think she should get a dime because nobody can steal your husband, girl. Nobody can steal your husband. Your husband decided to steal. When he was out in the streets, that's when you got abandoned, okay? But there's only 7 states. The law stipulates essentially that it's abandonment of affection, that they can go after the mistress or Mr. And Nene was posting photos of them before they were actually divorced. So I think in terms of the way that it reads, I think she's going to see something. Do I think she should get money? No, I don't. Also, I think that some attorney went up to her and told her that there were only 7. Allegedly, this is completely based on just Cobb conspiracy, okay?
Oh.
That like she had a slam dunk case and that she was going to get financial compensation and get back at Nene Leakes. And the irony is, this is the woman who told Kim Zolciak in Real Housewives of Atlanta to close her legs to married men. I think that legal counsel came in and was like, listen, sis, you about to get a payday. Let's ride.
Yes. Erica Cobb just broke it down.
But
what do you two think?
Jeff, what do you think?
You gotta follow that.
I just think that I think she should win just because you remove the love, remove the affection. There's a contract when you become married, and a third party came in and dissolved that contract. So I think just take
a third party came in and dissolved the contract.
That's how they're going to talk about it in court.
Sitting in his house watching football, and Nene Leakes ran in and was like, "You are my husband now."
We don't know what happened.
Oh,
Erica.
Albert.
So what's the legal? What's the legal?
I want to know your opinion before I tell you.
I don't like it. I don't like suing people and trying to get financial compensation for a lot of things, you know, all the way up the board. I don't like this. Just because your marriage broke up and you're disgruntled in some sort of way, whether you're the man or the woman, take Nene Leakes out of this. I don't like that. I'm like, you know what? You got money, so I'm just going to sue you and make myself feel better and take your money. I don't like it.
But they did change her lifestyle, though. I'm sure him leaving must have affected her lifestyle.
That I do not know. You're assuming that he's the breadwinner.
Well, just even if they're equal breadwinners.
Well, according to Mark Eiglarsh, the attorney, I told you you and Mark are a lot alike. Mark says absolutely not. This is meritless, and it should not clog up our legal system, according to Mark Eiglarsh, attorney.
Okay, well, I have this question for Mark. If the letter of the law is followed to a T, which essentially states that what she's asking for, she's deserving of, according to these 7 states, isn't she going to see something? I don't think she should. I don't think it should clog up the legal system. But I feel like she might. And I think it's all a storyline that somebody's playing in their head.
Producer
that somebody might be me.
I love it. I'm sorry, doesn't Erica look like the ambassador to St. Lucia? I keep looking at you like you look like royalty, but when you land on like an island and like she comes like, welcome to my country.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my girl Esther Lee Leach, who is an actual ambassador to St. Louis.
Wow.
I'm from Chicago.
I know Esther, and she's never brought it up. That would be the first thing I led with, even if you already knew. I'd tell you again.
Does that mean we all get to go to St. Lucia?
I know. What's up with that?
Sam always looking to get behind that velvet rope.
I know. I'm going on Friday to Slightly Stupid 311 backstage.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. And I asked for 2 more tickets for you and Jordan, but they can't.
Yeah, just like all the hotel rooms and everything else.
That's your fault. I tried.
Sam's like, I got the hookups. I'm staying at the Ritz. I called. They don't even give me free parking.
That's your fault. You're welcome.
A lot of Sam's hookups fall through.
No, I don't want your contact.
I'm never giving you any.
I don't want it. I'll pay my way. I'll sit in the back at Slightly Stupid and enjoy it. My well-hardened bucks.
Coming up on DBL. Celebrating the Queen's 70 years on the throne, but not without a few funny faces from Prince Louis. We're talking about the best moments so far from the Jubilee in London.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So, let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Okay, you guys bringing up that Sam wants a free trip, someone bringing up that, remember when Sam used to do valet? There's nothing wrong with doing valet. I never did valet. I gave out badges in a parking garage.
You were the badge valet.
Badge valet, there's no
Yes.
such thing.
People go down to the garage and get their badge and leave.
It's called credentials, and I was credentials, and I got to meet the game. I got to meet Tom
Anyone
Cruise.
with
a lot of valet people meet a lot of famous people.
Nothing wrong with being
And then
valet.
the famous people go inside.
Probably better to be valet than handing out badges in a really polluted garage.
I don't know. Opinions vary.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. And what's wrong with asking for a trip? Like, I don't understand. That's not a big deal, right?
Very presumptive.
Okay. All right. If you're sticking around for the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. A family's very heartbreaking adoption story as they try to get a child from Ukraine to America. The mom will be here live to tell us where they stand now in the battle to bring her home. Plus, thousands of people in London are celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. But did Harry and Meghan attend? We're talking all about it next.
With summer right around the corner, more people are running to the thermostat to cool down their home. But what are the best ways to save on your energy bill? Let's verify. For these questions, we went to Logan Kreska, lead communications consultant at Duke Energy, and the federal conservation program Energy Star. The first question, is it cheaper to leave your air conditioner on all day than to turn it off when you're gone?
If you're leaving home just for the day, it's definitely more energy efficient to keep your air conditioning turned on. Just turn it up a few degrees higher than you might set it for comfort if you were at home.
Kreska says the reason behind this is because it will take more energy to start up your AC and cool your home down. So we can verify that, yes, it is cheaper to leave your AC on all day. The next question, is there a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day? According to this graph by Energy Star, in the summer to save the most money, they suggest keeping your air conditioning at 78 degrees when you wake up, 85 degrees during the day, and 82 degrees when you're sleeping. But if you're like me, those temperatures are way too hot. So Kreska suggests bumping up the temp to where you feel the most comfortable.
If you raise the temperature by just 2 degrees, this is, 2 degrees more than what you're generally comfortable with inside the house, what makes you feel cool. This is going to help you reduce your cooling costs by 5%.
So we can verify that, yes, there's a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day. And finally, will leaving the ceiling fan on all day cool your home?
Fans don't cool homes, they don't cool rooms, they cool people. So if you're in the home, turn that fan on.
The fan can cool you down about 4 degrees, so Kreska says it's good to keep it on when you're home, but turn it off when you leave to get the most bang for your buck. So we can verify that no, the ceiling fan does not cool your home.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. You'll notice we have a very special guest with us today, Miss Stephanie Jones.
Holding it down for the Brits today.
Yes, we need this, Steph, because you're here to talk about what everyone's watching right now, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. That's okay.
That's right.
That's right. The party's officially underway in England. So the Queen's Platinum Jubilee kicked off today. She's celebrating 70 years on the throne. Prince George, Prince Charlotte, and Prince Louis made their carriage debut. Is this supposed to be Steph?
That's true.
I think Steph needs to
I
say
screwed
this.
up too during Access, and I was like, am I reading
sorry,
this?
my producers briefed me, so it's all on me, but I feel like I need to hear this from Steph because I know nothing about this. Nothing. I know that they were joined by their mom and their grandma.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Prince William, right, he was there. Prince Charles followed, like, riding horseback. To me, this is bananas.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Look at this, you guys. This looks like this is like something from centuries ago. But please, kick it off. Tell us, break it down, Steph.
All right. So what we're seeing there is we're seeing, William and Charles, they lead the trooping, which is basically they do it every year when it's the Queen's birthday. So we do see this a lot. And we've also got a portrait of the Queen here, which has just been released. I think she looks super cute.
I love it.
So let's break down what else we've got going on, because literally this is a fun-filled weekend. There's going to be so many celebrities. Everyone's going to be losing their minds in England. And I think people in America are like confused, like why is it such a big deal? Okay,
You can just say my name. I'm confused.
Ali's really confused.
Do the citizens really enjoy this, or do they?
Yeah.
They do. Okay.
Absolutely. Literally, this is like, first of all, everyone loves a bank holiday weekend, right? You all love a day off work, let's be honest, right? First of all.
So the whole country gets off. That's what was going to be my question.
Everyone's going to have like a very long, lovely weekend. There's going to be like all these tea parties, which don't sound very exciting, but they're really cute.
I love a good tea party.
Loads of bunting everywhere, like little British flags. Everyone gets days off work. Elton John's performing, Diana Ross. It's going to be like amazing.
Is it so? They always come in a carriage? Like a horse-drawn carriage? Like at Disneyland?
That's like a real thing. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen on Sunday. There's the golden carriage, which literally looks like Cinderella. Something from Cinderella.
Crazy.
It looks like the Sistine Chapel has been painted on this thing, but the Queen herself will not be riding in it. There's going to be a special guest, but we don't know who.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
I mean, I'd love it to be Meghan and Harry, but it's never going to happen.
That's never going down.
But Meghan and Harry, speaking of them, they're there, but they're not with the royal family. Are they with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell?
Wow.
What?
What?
What happened?
Out of all people, they got to be with them. That was shady.
I was trying to shade Prince Andrew, not Harry and Meghan. But let's stick to Harry and Meghan.
Them together in a real nice little package, didn't you?
So how come Harry and Meghan aren't up in the balcony with everybody else,
Okay,
right?
so Harry and Meghan are there, and it's the first time they've been seen out and about in public with the royals, but they will not be attending the balcony. That's the shot that we're seeing right now, which is what the royals are infamous for, right? They're known for this shot. It's a big deal. That's because they are not working members of the royal family, which is also why, conveniently, Andrew is not seen too.
Oh, that's why he's not there.
But they are there. But they are there.
That's interesting. I don't know why we're not there.
I would
we should
love
be
it.
there.
Wouldn't that be epic? Well, they gave out 5,000 tickets, and it was a free-for-all. So you just went on the BBC website, popped your name in, and it was like a lucky draw, and they gave you 2 tickets.
And when you get these
I thought
two
you had
tickets,
some pull, girl.
I know. No, it was just free-for-all. Free-for-all. I wish.
When you get these 2 tickets, do you get anything, or you just show up?
You go, and you're in there's a whole stadium. You'll see all the show. Honestly, it's going to be fantastic.
Why does Jeff have stank face?
Well, because Eric's has been wanting to ask her question for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, stop looking. That's good. That's
Okay,
gone.
so let's talk about Prince Louis because obviously he's making a lot of headlines, especially since he wore his dad's outfit from 37 years ago.
There you go.
So what do you think of this throwback? And also, do you think that this photo was staged?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on. Could it be any more staged? Well, first of all, I was saying earlier to the guys, whoever's taking care of this outfit's done an outstanding job. I can barely hold something for a year without getting moth holes in it. This must have been in like an airtight, sealed vault somewhere under the castle. But he looks really cute. But he gives me like Harry vibes because he's dead cheeky and cute. Have you seen all like little faces he pulls? He's not following protocol. He's just like, I'm living my life. I'm a prince.
I'm glad he's living his life and like full on being a kid. I don't want to see him all like poised up there. I want to see him making faces.
Have him dressed like
Seems like he's doing what he wants in that outfit.
Harry of this generation.
I feel like we're so focused on celebrity, and that's cool. That's you're a celebrity person. But I want to talk about like what would somebody like me be doing, like pre-sober Al? What else do people do on the weekend?
Very apt actually. Because
What would I be doing?
You know, in the words of Johnny Depp, they're going to be having a mega pint. They're going to be having a big boozy weekend. Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to be having fun. There's going to be a lot of tea and cakes, but oh yes, there will be champagne and prosecco on the lawn. Very much.
And let's not forget that golden carriage.
The golden carriage. I'm dying to know who's going in the carriage.
Too.
Seriously.
Who do you think? You have to have some insight.
She already told you.
I would love it to be
there has
Meghan
to be
and Harry,
one
but it's never
celebrity.
going to
She
happen.
already said Meghan and Harry. I want to get one more thing from Steph.
Okay.
Oh, I hope it's not Charles and Camilla, though.
No.
I'll be really disappointed if it's Charles and Camilla.
Okay. All right. It probably is going to be
It probably
them.
will be.
Now, Steph, I hope that you saw our first part of the show because I heard that you have some insight in regard to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Oh,
Please tell us, what are you thinking?
Okay, so one of my very lovely friends, this is Azzy Glazer. She's like a bespoke perfumer to literally the stars. She's very good friends with Kate Moss, Helen Bonham Carter, and Johnny. They're always together, like all the time. He went straight to her literally when they went to London. They all went out. He had this like concert at the Royal Albert Hall. Kate Moss came and they rekindled.
Oui.
I don't know what it means. But Kate Moss fans were outside literally crying. Literally losing their
Rekindle
minds.
means you're a flame again.
She went, they had a very nice time. She has got a boyfriend, a German count, as you do, but we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Steph Jones. And can I just say, we were completely off prompter. Steph, you handled that like a darn pro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love her. All right.
God save the Queen.
Coming up on DBL, a very important story, you guys. A family fighting to bring a child home from Ukraine. The mom will join us live, sharing the latest on the adoption that was halted because of the Russian invasion.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. We're going to be real. Let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
We're not saying where. Sveta.
Sveta.
Oh, Sveta.
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 It's Svetlana, but they call her
Okay.
Sveta.
Okay.
So they're visiting her at a refugee camp right now.
We're not
They
gonna say
don't-
where.
We don't want to say where.
Yeah.
How is she doing? Your follow-up to that is like, what does life look like day to day for her?
Wait,
and
Sveta's
then-
the daughter.
Correct.
Okay.
Not official
Alleged.
daughter.
It's still in
completely
process for
halted.
adoption.
So, like, she's not officially.
This is my
adopted.
family's friend.
Jeff, you have question number 2.
Is Sveta considered a
refugee now? And does that
make-
make adoption easier in any way? Sam, you have the third question. If Ukraine loses this
Yep.
war with Russia, what will happen to this
Okay.
adoption?
And Gina Callahan, right?
Yes.
I just want to make sure
Yep.
I'm saying it right,
Yep.
even though it's.
And then Al, you have the last one on what's next.
Okay.
Like, what are you?
All right. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hi.
We're just
yes.
getting briefed. Yeah, we're just
we're
getting
getting briefed. This is live TV, people. Okay, so there are going to be some things that happen that are unscheduled.
And the last segment was a debacle.
My mom says hi.
That's when we scramble the most. And
To
but,
be
you know,
fair, like
out.
Sam, so the other, we film multiple shows, and when I did it, it's too long of a setup, right?
yeah,
So I'm just like,
And
just
I've
get
actually
to it. It's like, hey, so here, join us now, Steph, England. There's a lot going on in Jubilee, Steph. Hit us with it. This was like too long.
Because I don't know anything about it, so
I bombed mine.
I would rather have Steph say all
Me
those
too.
things
Like,
than me.
keep
'cause
it
I don't
short
know.
and tight and
Yeah.
let Stephanie go.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
This
yelling.
next story, you guys, really important. There's going to be, so this is a family, this is a friend of my family's that we've been trying to get on the show for a long time, but there is going to be a call to action at the end of the segment. So make sure that you stay tuned for that call to action. We need your help. She's an 11-year-old who simply wants to come home. But just as her American family finished the paperwork, Ukraine was invaded, and now her international adoption is at a standstill. Her mother, Gina Callahan, is here to share the latest in their adoption battle. But first, here's a look at her family's story. A note: for privacy reasons, we aren't showing the child's face.
When you least expect it, you can meet someone who will completely change your life.
Back in 2019, in the summer, we hosted a little girl by the name of Svetlana. We didn't know hardly anything about this little girl. She did not speak English. We had about a paragraph of information on her. She showed up in June of 2019, got off the airplane, and we just madly fell in love with her, like, instantaneously. We cried sending her back. She cried.
Gina's family hosts 2 more times before deciding to officially make Sveta part of their family.
On January 17th of this year, we were approved to adopt 2 children from Ukraine. It was the same day, actually, that Russia had evacuated their embassy from Ukraine. And we just thought, this is not going in the right direction. And, we all know what happened from there. Everything stopped.
The orphanage that houses Sveta, as well as another 130 kids, is located in Kyiv.
War broke out on February 24th. On February 25th, they were on the road. They jumped into buses and made their way to a neighboring country. Shelling, bombing, they saw it all, but thankfully got to safety relatively quickly. At this point, we realized our adoption is paused. There's no way to move forward in a war.
Wow. I hope we can help. Please welcome to DBL, Gina Callahan. Gina, your story definitely has touched a lot of us. I just want to say, in full transparency, our mothers are friends. And our hearts are with you, and we hope at the end of this interview, there is a call to action. We hope we can help.
Absolutely. Because you and your family are actually visiting Sveta at her refugee camp right now. So how is she doing?
We are. We've been here for about, I think, 3 days or so. And she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's a resilient little girl. She has a big smile on her face. She's being fed 3 times a day, and they're doing all they can to take care of these kids. And we've been really impressed by her orphanage director and all the caretakers who have been completely displaced, but yet have such a heart for these children and are caring for them the best way that they can in the situation they're in.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to resonate with this story, especially those who are looking to expand their families in this way through adoption. There's so many things that have to come together, and the fact that you were so close I know is really, really affecting people. So what does Sveta's day-to-day look like right now?
Right now, it's rather boring, to be honest. They are in a hostel that is gated. They are not really going outside of the gate all that often. This country has been amazing to them as far as allowing them to go to amusement parks and things of that nature. But for the most of the days have been there, hanging out. They have concrete to play on, and they've had a little bit of education, but they haven't been able to do a ton with them. I think they've had about 2 hours a day of school, and the rest is just kind of free play. So I think she's relatively bored.
Yeah, well, Gina, thank you so much for sharing your story first and foremost. But my question is Sveta considered a refugee now? And obviously the question is, does that make this adoption easier in any way or harder?
There is no adoption at this point. She is still a ward of the country of Ukraine. So, and they have established martial law, which means there's no working legal government at this moment in time. And it looks like that's probably been established at least through August. So when they're in a state like this, there's just really no possible way to do adoptions. So at this point, we are completely on hold as far as the adoption goes. And we've come to understand that now, that that's not a possibility. But one thing that we are asking is to maybe be able to host her until the war is completed and Ukraine has regained their footing and adoption can start up again. We've hosted her 3 times already. And we're just really hopeful that we could get her a traveling visa like she's had 3 other times to just come stay with us and be with us in the interim.
That would seem like the absolute most logical and hopefully easiest thing to do, but I know it's not. And I have to ask you this very difficult question that I know has plagued you and the other potential adopted families. What if Ukraine loses this war with Russia? What will happen to this adoption and the other children?
Yeah. Well, Russia stopped international adoption in 2013. So there is no international adoption if Russia were to take over. So I think our situation would be pretty dire at that point. We're just really hopeful that that won't be the case. So we're just going to fight and fight and fight to get her at least to at least host her and go from there. But if Russia takes over, I think our chances are very slim.
Well, Gina, the first step is getting the word out. You know, when I was talking to our producers, we were calling them like the lost children. Like, these are children that have families. Like, let's find a way to get them to their families. So DBL Nation, we need your help to bring Sveta and the others to their new homes. You can sign Gina's petition by visiting petitiontocongress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. They need as many signatures as possible to get it recognized. We can do this. We ask you to please join in and help us. Gina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We hope that we can be in touch and that there is a happy ending. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us share our story.
Thank you, Gina.
Take care.
We'll be right back.
This one. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant. But Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm...
Get your phones out and get ready to scan our QR code to shop some summer deals. Check it out.
Steph, what do you have for us today? I'm so excited.
Oh, Tori, hello, and hi, DBL Nation. You know we've got some fantastic items. You've been waiting for them all week, so let's get started. Who doesn't love shopping? I know I do. All right, so first up, we've got Bonico 3-piece Healthy Air Bundle. So this deal includes a bundle that consists of one diffuser, one humidifier, and one fan. So, Tori, I'm telling you, this contains everything you could need for your own little bubble of clean, healthy air. It's even got this personal humidifier, helps promote healthy skin, and it will help relieve itchy and dry eyes.
Oh, wow.
Hay fever's a nightmare, allergies. Oh, and I love changing the colour to fit my mood. So normally this pack is $90, but we've got it for $29, saving 68%. And this is a really handy little pack. Now, Tori, this next deal is becoming super popular. We've got Bitech Multicolor Lightning 3-pack starter kit with light bars and a light strip.
What?
So this deal includes 2 light bars, 1 light strip, 1 power cable, 1 battery, and 1 super cute remote control.
No way.
So each light bar can be placed vertically or horizontally, and they both include stands. To give you an idea, I've got these on either side of my TV. But you can also put them on your vanity or your nightstand. Just get creative with it. And this light strip has self-sticking adhesive. Literally, it's so cool.
Oh,
so
wow.
literally, it's got 6 feet worth of light. So for this, you can put it in your working gaming spaces, TV, computer backlights, cabinets, mirrors. The list just goes on and on and on. So normally, this is $40, but we've got this for $24, saving 40% on a disco in your own house.
That's amazing. And also, guys, think about a nightlight. If you need one to look minimal and cool on the side, it's just simple, simple, simple.
Love that.
Like that product.
This next one is just too cool. We've got official HD mirror cam 1080p high definition dash cam video recorder.
Whoa.
So this HD mirror cam will be your eyes and ears during those summer road trips that you've been planning, because it instantly turns your rear view mirror into a dash cam, giving you clear video and audio of your surroundings. And it does have motion detection, so it will start recording if it detects motion outside of the car. And it's even got night vision.
Oh my word.
So you can view the footage on instant playback screen, or you can download it directly to your computer. Normally this is $70, but right now it's only $34, saving everyone 51%.
Oh my God, easiest decision ever. If there's ever an accident, and I just witnessed one, having this camera could literally save you so much hassle.
And for our last product of today, we've got the Deke 16-piece stainless steel knife block set. So this deal includes 1 knife block, 6 steak knives, 1 chef's knife, 1 carving knife, 1 boning knife, 1 carving fork, 1 bread knife, 1 santoku knife, 1 paring knife, 1 sharpener, and 1 pair of shears. Comfortable, efficient handles and ultra sharp, high carbon stainless steel blades, making your knife stay sharper for longer. It's normally $100, but we've got it for $39. It saves everyone 60% 61%, and I guarantee you're going to love this item.
You get all of that for $39?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm always losing scissors.
The shears are so important. Guys, these are really great items. Head on over to morningsave.com, snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, and remember, you can even just scan that QR code on screen. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Lots of comments in regard to Gina and the adoption story. Victoria says, I can't imagine being away from my kids like that. You should be together, Gina. Amen. Cheryl says, there's always so much more than what is and heard and felt with the effects of war. Again, if you want to help bring Sveta to her new home, you can sign Gina's petition by visiting petitiontocongress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. We can actually help just by dedicating 2 seconds of our lives.
Right. And I just hope everybody in this country, but throughout the world, like realizes when you just throw, oh, just bomb them. Oh, that country said, drop a bomb. There are kids down there. She's down there. So like the next time we like, let's go to war, remember that face. It's like, I cannot believe we're here.
So much fallout,
in
so much collateral damage. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
These are people.
It's just crazy too, and you'd think like they'd want to help get the children out of that country, and then it comes down to logistics. I know, it's very interesting in how she can't get out.
I know.
It's sad.
Well, DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy. Whew. All right. No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with the knee now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
What?
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
Talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The he said, she said is over, with Johnny Depp winning millions against Amber Heard. Is Amber headed for bankruptcy? Plus, trial by TikTok? Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And a celebration fit for a queen as the Platinum Jubilee kicks off in London. But did Prince Louis's royal balcony moment steal the show?
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. We have our viewers already chiming in. Yes, I know that you've heard by now that Johnny Depp won big in his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. He was awarded $15 million in damages. Meantime, Amber was awarded $2 million after the jury found that Johnny's lawyer defamed her. Now, as you can see, this was Amber's reaction as the judge read the verdict. She does not look pleased. Amber is reportedly filing an appeal already. Now, in a statement posted to Instagram shortly afterwards, Amber said, quote, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband." Meantime, Johnny was apparently eating fish and chips in an English pub when the verdict was read. Here he is leaving with fans cheering him on. Now, Johnny posted to Instagram shortly after saying that the jury, quote, "gave me my life back." Quick reaction. What did you think? Were you surprised?
I'm happy that Johnny got his life back. I'm not happy for what happened to both of them or Amber Heard is looked at in a different way. I'm happy Johnny got a chance to get his life back because we were in a world just a couple years ago. There was a world when if one person says something, that's the end of your career. Let's put them aside. Johnny got a chance to give his side of the case and got his life back, and that's what I'm happy for.
Were you surprised, Erica?
I wasn't surprised, but I also didn't think that the verdict mattered. I think that this was all about the court of public opinion from the very beginning because there weren't any criminal charges before that. It also is a really great example for people to look at about how you can really make your own fate in situations like this. No one from an external party, no third party came in and created this mess. This was done by the two of them who decided willingly and consensually to be in a relationship. And then when it didn't go well, they aired out all of their grievances grievances and dirty laundry for all the world to weigh in on. So at the end of the day, when you look at Johnny Depp and say, yes, he got his life back, a lot of that had to do with the court of public opinion. People did not want to see this happen to him, but it didn't matter what happened in the courtroom.
Good point. I mean, you know, I look at this toxic relationship and I wonder, as I was listening to you talk, Erica, I wonder if maybe they said the only way out of this is through. And meaning, like, you have to go through this gauntlet of literally an embarrassing
but only
hell.
One made it out with support.
But I would say that they could have both just exited. Like, you take half your stuff, get out of my place, I'll be out in 30 days. I blocked your number. They could have done that, and we would have been covering another story. But neither one of them could do that, or one of them was less willing than the other. So they both, whether they did it together or not, decided that we have to go through this in the public because it's been that toxic. And this is the result.
Millions of people tuned in. In fact, I would love to get a legal perspective. Of course, we're joined today by former prosecutor, friend of the show, veteran trial attorney Mark Eiglarsh. Hey, Mark.
So, Mark.
Hey. Go ahead. Yes.
Well, you know I'm going to give it to you a little bit. Yeah. You know I'm going to give it to you because
go right ahead, Jeff. Go gloat. Why don't you?
Take a big slice of that humble pie. But you did think that Amber was going to win this case. So what did you think of the verdict?
Well, I still am trying to make heads or tails of it. Understand, in one respect, the jurors are saying, we don't believe a single thing that you have to say. So there's no way that you can claim to be a domestic violence victim, so much so that we will strip you of your First Amendment freedom to write what you wrote in your Washington Post article. Okay, I got that for 1 second. But then they grant her $2 million when the attorney for Depp claimed that what she was saying was a hoax and what she was doing was a hoax. How can those reconcile? How can you give her money yet at the same time make her pay money? It's one or the other. So I don't know that this is a proper legal decision, and I like her chances on appeal.
Wow.
Mark, fighting to the end.
What do you think, because you spoke about your ideas of this jury. So what did you think that the jury heard that really made them rule in Johnny's favor?
I think that, like the court of public opinion, they looked at Heard, and like you, Erica, because I saw it in your eyes last time I was on, you don't like Amber Heard. And
I
that's
never
okay.
said that, Mark. I never said that. No, I did not say that.
You didn't say it, but I thought that I got the sense that most people will say had a lot of disdain for what she was saying and the way that she was saying it. I then think it's hard for them to say, well, wait a second, what are we really focusing on? Just what she wrote in the Washington Post article, and whether she had the right to say that men get favored when women come forward, or that I'm a domestic violence victim and I faced the wrath of the public when I went out there. Those things, to me, are constitutionally protected if she believed she was a victim.
No, I appreciate that. I do want to be clear, because I do think I represent a certain segment of the population, that my feeling has always been, I believe women, but I think we all have an opportunity to say, do we believe this particular woman? And I didn't have like a definitive response on that, but I do think it begs a question.
Right, and I think this is wonderful, this verdict, for women who, and I'm not saying that Amber Heard is one, but if there are women who are about to say lies about somebody, like Jeff, for example, and potentially try to ruin his career, they better think before they do it. They better be able to back it up. At the same time, I have concerns for the women who truly are victims, but nothing happened in front of a busload of nuns. It happened in their quiet home, and they're not going to be able to prove it, so maybe they don't come forward with those allegations.
Yeah, it's super scary. I have a question here I want to ask, but when we talk about First Amendment right, yes, she can write that. She can write that essay, but is she then interfering with the rights of the person she's writing about? That was my question with the Amber situation. Isn't she? If you're accusing somebody of something that toxic, are you now taking away their right to work, their right to a normal life?
Yeah, while she didn't mention him by name, a reasonable inference could be, okay, you're talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean dude, and that's going to harm him. So she better be able to back it up, and apparently she wasn't. All
right, well, let's get to this. She lost the libel case in London, but won the defamation case here in the States. So what do we, take from that? What do we think the difference was?
Well, you have a judge, not a jury, but a judge who probably doesn't even know what TikTok is. And he made a decision over in London. A jury here, which we know are influenced by public opinion. They're not robots. Of course they know what the prevailing view is, and they make a decision. and they decided that she was void of any credibility. We're not going to give her anything. Very big difference between the two. And by the way, the first trial wasn't against Heard, it was against a newspaper. So how much you're really going to hate the newspaper? They can certainly hate Heard.
Wow. Unbelievable that we might, though, see an appeal come to fruition, given
Oh,
that.
we're going to see it. The question is whether it's going to be reversed. And I think there are a lot of grounds to reverse this.
All right.
I'd like to just see like a fight between Mark and his wife. Like, I told you I was going to take the trash out. It's technically not out there, but I'm still under the law that I'm going to take it out.
Right.
Well, he pledged to take it out. Actually take it out.
Yeah, you
That
can't
was the
win. You can't win with Mark.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. For more
Love you
information,
guys.
Love you, man.
we love you. We got to make sure our DBL viewers, though, check out your law firm. Go to speaktomark.com. Coming up on DBL, we are continuing the conversation on Johnny's legal win. Did the court of public opinion have anything to do with the outcome? Plus, Nene Leakes gets sued by her boyfriend's estranged wife for allegedly breaking up their marriage. Does the ex have a case in court? And did little Prince Louis steal the show at the Queen's Jubilee? We're talking about the best moments so far from the big celebration.
Closed captioning provided by
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're going to get. If we're going to be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yeah.
DBL is all new every day.
Text him.
We're going to ask Mark his thoughts on the Nene Leakes.
Because it
So
is a
explain that a
contract.
little bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So we're going to get into the Nene Leakes being sued by the ex-wife of her boyfriend, saying that she broke their marriage up. So my question is, no different, let's remove romance, no different than like a contract or somebody breaking a contract between two other parties. Can that party then be sued?
We're going to ask Mark and find out
Right.
if
I'll-
there's
I'll
a
ask
case
him
here
now.
and what will happen. So, yeah, we'll find out. We'll let you know.
I
Great.
think it's a slam dunk for the ex-wife.
Brain freeze.
A slam dunk.
Yeah,
Mom
I'll
brain.
explain why.
Like,
Oh, because we're going to talk about it, so you got to stick around to find out. Sam, is there something you want to talk about?
why? I have a mom brain right now. I just can't formulate my thoughts. So.
I hate this.
Oh, I do have something really good to tell you guys.
Wow, that came back quick.
No, I talked about it on my gratitude walk, and this is not an ad. I didn't make any money. I just completed a 6-week.
Maybe you should explain that.
Yeah.
I take a gratitude walk where I hold a leaf. I hold a leaf and I just try and ground myself, just like how Dumbo holds a feather, but Dumbo flies, but I ground myself. Okay. So listen, I just completed a 6-week parenting course called SESH, and it's completely changed me as a mom. I tend to get triggered. I tend to get really short. This helped me deregulate my emotions, and there's some science-backed tips and tricks. You don't have to do homework. It's just tips and tricks that show you what to do when your kids have big feelings and they're acting out, and how to like not get triggered and just kind of like remove yourself emotionally and just help. I can't tell you how much has changed me. So I reached out to them. This is not an ad. I know it sounds like an ad. I swear on my life it is not an ad. I reached out to them because I'm going to do a postpartum depression course with them, but they gave me a code, SAM50. You can go and take the course I took that I paid for. Get 50% off. It's like $13, and it'll change your life. Go sesh/tantrums. SAM50.
Welcome back. Some notable celebs are standing behind Johnny Depp after his big win. Naomi Campbell showed her support for Johnny online, as did Sharon Osbourne and musician Ryan Adams. Meantime, on Amber's side, Amy Schumer posted an uplifting feminist quote. And although she didn't specifically mention Amber, a lot of people think it was indeed in support of her. And speaking of social media, it seems like it was very much on Johnny's side. TikTok videos with hashtags in support of Johnny were viewed more than 19 billion times. Compare that to videos supporting Amber, which only saw 81 million views. So did social media play a part in this trial? You shaking your
I think everyone agrees. It definitely did. But from my point of view, again, something I said at the top of the show, I'm not happy that Amber's career or the way she's looked at is bad, right? Let's just say it the way it is. I'm happy that we're getting to the truth, or what we seemingly think is the truth. We are in this place where everyone, you're canceled, you're gone, you're out the door. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to know how you make your money and you support your family, but you're not doing it here, so let's not hear from you. That happened to Johnny Depp, and the very same people that were shutting the door on Johnny Depp socially are the same people supporting him now. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? So like, Johnny Depp's an abuser, I don't want to be part of him, and now they're outside the courtroom showering him with flowers. It's like, pick a side, and the side is, how about some common sense, right?
I remember the day that Johnny Depp said that he was going to go after her legally. I remember us sitting here and talking about it, and I remember stopping down and saying, all this time we've said, where there's smoke, there's fire. If someone said something super defamatory against you, wouldn't you be ready to fight? And we thought it was so bizarre that men and women who had been thrown out there and said, hey, this person did this on the cancel culture train, weren't defending themselves. And he was the first one. I remember that so clearly because we almost thought it was a litmus test. If he defends himself and comes out on the other side of this uncanceled, or whatever we're going to call it, is this going to set a precedence for other people to defend themselves?
It might set a precedent for them to defend themselves, Kabi, but I'm just like, what if he missed? What if you go to defend yourself and you make a verbal gaffe? You say something that makes you look worse, or you say something that could affect you if this becomes a legal matter. So that's the question.
See,
is like,
that's why
do you
it was
say
a
anything or
litmus
nothing?
test, though. And because, in my opinion, if the truth is really going to set you free, then stating your truth, that was my thought back then, and it still kind of remains my thought right now. Like, if you are so confident in your truth, then you're going to go for it. You're not going to think like, what else could be worse?
And to Erica's point, this isn't a reality TV show star. No offense.
Yeah.
This is someone that's not used to having their lives publicized. This is someone that is very private. And if you read his statement from a few days ago, he said it took him a long time to actually decide to do this, because he battled, even though he believed in his own truth, he battled with the fact in so many words that he was going to let the whole world into his private life. So that, to Erica's point, in my opinion, only shows that he was willing to risk his privacy in order to let his truth be set free.
What about your family's privacy? We are all just
his kids
people
were
that
never
love
involved.
But I'm just saying, if you decide to defend yourself, if Jeff accuses me of running a gambling ring out of my house, if I say nothing, people would be like, maybe, why isn't he saying anything? But if we take it to trial, like, there's embarrassing stuff that he knows that may be not illegal, but he's going to bring it out, and I got to tell my daughter.
What if your kids? Would you rather have your kids think that you're an abuser?
I don't know. That's the thing. When somebody defames
you,
he did say that. He goes, I don't want my kids thinking it's right. Take Donnie Depp out of it and take him out. But seriously, and he's just like, hey, I have children. They're going to grow up in this world thinking I'm an abuser, and I don't want them thinking that about their father. That was part of the reason why he did it. Not even for his career, just for the way his kids think. And I applaud that.
But his kids went through something too.
We gotta go.
This has been a long process.
Coming up on DBL, Nene Leakes is being taken to court by her boyfriend's estranged wife. Will an alleged infidelity end up costing the reality star?
I've never really. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant. But Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm Ariante.
Welcome back. Former Atlanta housewife Nene Leakes is being sued by her boyfriend's wife. Although now estranged, she claims Nene stole her husband and says Nene hooked up with him while they were still together. Now she's seeking more than $100,000. The suit was filed in North Carolina, one of just 7 states that let people sue their ex's extramarital partner. So technically they can do this. I heard from Mark Eiglarsh. I'll give you the deets, but first I want to know what y'all think.
It's a slam dunk. The ex-wife is going to get some monetary compensation.
So? Wow.
I believe so, yeah. Simply because, and I'm saying this also being like, I don't think she should get a dime because nobody can steal your husband, girl. Nobody can steal your husband. Your husband decided to steal. When he was out in the streets, that's when you got abandoned, okay? But there's only 7 states. The law stipulates essentially that it's abandonment of affection, that they can go after the mistress or Mr. And Nene was posting photos of them before they were actually divorced. So I think in terms of the way that it reads, I think she's going to see something. Do I think she should get money? No, I don't. Also, I think that some attorney went up to her and told her that there were only 7, allegedly. This is completely based on just Cobb conspiracy, okay?
Ooh.
That like she had a slam dunk case and that she was going to get financial compensation and get back at Nene Leakes. And the irony is, this is the woman who told Kim Zolciak in Real Housewives of Atlanta to close her legs to married men. I think that legal counsel came in and was like, listen, sis, you about to get a payday. Let's ride.
Yes. Erica Cobb just broke it down.
But
what do you two think?
Jeff, what do you think?
You gotta follow that.
I just think that I think she should win just because you remove the love, remove the affection. There's a contract when you become married, and a third party came in and dissolved that contract. So I think just taking...
A third party came in and dissolved the contract.
That's how they're going to talk about it in court.
Sitting in his house watching football, and Nene Leakes ran in and was like, you are my husband now.
We don't know what happened, Erica.
Albert.
So what's the legal?
I want to know your opinion before I tell you.
I don't like it. I don't like suing people and trying to get financial compensation for a lot of things, you know, all the way up the board. I don't like this. Just because your marriage broke up and you're disgruntled in some sort of way, whether you're the man or the woman, take Nene Leakes out of this. I don't like that. I'm like, you know what? You got money, so I'm just going to sue you and make myself feel better and take your money. I don't like it.
But they did change her lifestyle, though. I'm sure him leaving must have affected her lifestyle.
That I do not know. You're assuming that he's the breadwinner.
Well, even if they're equal breadwinners.
Well, according to Mark Eiglarsh, the attorney, I told you and Mark are a lot alike. Mark says absolutely not. This is meritless, and it should not clog up our legal system, according to Mark Eiglarsh, attorney.
Okay, well, I have this question for Mark. If the letter of the law is followed to a T, which essentially states that what she's asking for, she's deserving of, according to these 7 states, isn't she going to see something? I don't think she should. I don't think it should clog up the legal system. But I feel like she might. And I think it's all a storyline that somebody's playing in their head.
Producer
that somebody might be me.
I love it. I'm sorry, doesn't Erica look like the ambassador to St. Lucia? I keep looking at you like you look like royalty, but when you land on like an island and like she comes like, welcome to my country. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my girl Esther Lee Leach, who is an actual ambassador to St. Louis.
Wow.
I'm from Chicago.
Esther in St. Lucia,
I know Esther, and she's never brought it up. That would be the first thing I led with, even if you already knew. I'd tell you again.
Does that mean we all get to go to St. Lucia?
I know. What's up with that?
Sam always looking to get behind that velvet rope.
I know. I'm going on Friday to Slightly Stupid 311 backstage.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. And I asked for 2 more tickets for you and Jordan, but they can't.
Yeah, just like all the hotel rooms and everything else.
That's your fault. I tried.
Seems like I got
You're
the hookups.
welcome.
I'm staying at the Ritz. I called. They don't even give me free parking.
That's your fault. You're welcome
A lot of
for
Sam's
giving you
hookups
my
fall through.
contact.
No, I don't want your contact.
I'm never giving you anything.
I don't want it. I'll pay my way. I'll sit in the back at Slightly Stupid and enjoy it. My well-hardened bucks. Well.
Coming up on DBL. Celebrating the Queen's 70 years on the throne, but not without a few funny faces from Prince Louis. We're talking about the best moments so far from the Jubilee in London.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Okay, you guys bringing up that Sam wants a free trip, someone bringing up that, remember when Sam used to do valet? There's nothing wrong with doing valet. I never did valet. I gave out badges in a parking garage.
You were the badge. You were the badge valet.
Badge valet. There's no such thing.
People go down to the garage and get their badge and leave.
It's called credentials, and I was credentials, and I got to meet the game. I got to meet Tom
Anyone with
a lot of valet people meet a lot of famous people.
Nothing wrong with being
And then
valet.
the famous people go inside.
Probably better to be valet than handing out badges in a really really polluted garage?
I don't know. Opinions vary.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. And what's wrong with asking for a trip? Like, I don't understand. That's not a big deal, right?
Very
okay.
presumptive.
Okay. All right. If you're sticking around for the second half of the show where you are, here is what's ahead. A family's very heartbreaking adoption story as they try to get a child from Ukraine to America. The mom will be here live to tell us where they stand now in the battle to bring her home. Plus, thousands of people in London are celebrating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. But did Harry and Meghan attend? We're talking all about it next.
With summer right around the corner, more people are running to the thermostat to cool down their home. But what are the best ways to save on your energy bill? Let's verify. For these questions, we went to Logan Kreska, lead communications consultant at Duke Energy, and the federal conservation program Energy Star. The first question, is it cheaper to leave your air conditioner on all day than to turn it off when you're gone?
If you're leaving home just for the day, it's definitely more energy efficient to keep your air conditioning turned on. Just turn it up a few degrees higher than you might set it for comfort if you were at home.
Kreska says the reason behind this is because it will take more energy to start up your AC and cool your home down. So we can verify that, yes, it is cheaper to leave your AC on all day. The next question, is there a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day? According to this graph by Energy Star, in the summer to save the most money, they suggest keeping your air conditioning at 78 degrees when you wake up, 85 degrees during the day, and 82 degrees when you're sleeping. But if you're like me, those temperatures are way too hot. So Kreska suggests bumping up the temp to where you feel the most comfortable.
If you raise the temperature by just 2 degrees, this is, 2 degrees more than what you're generally comfortable with inside the house, what makes you feel cool. This is going to help you reduce your cooling costs by 5%.
So we can verify that, yes, there's a temperature you should leave your air conditioner at to save the most money throughout the day. And finally, will leaving the ceiling fan on all day cool your home?
Fans don't cool homes, they don't cool rooms, they cool people. So if you're in the home, turn that fan on.
The fan can cool you down about 4 degrees, so Kreska says it's good to keep it on when you're home, but turn it off when you leave to get the most bang for your buck. So we can verify that no, the ceiling fan does not cool your home.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. You'll notice we have a very special guest with us today, Miss Stephanie Jones.
Holding it down for the Brits today.
Yes, we need this, Steph, because you're here to talk about what everyone's watching right now, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. That's okay.
That's right.
That's right. The party's officially underway in England. So the Queen's Platinum Jubilee kicked off today. She's celebrating 70 years on the throne. Prince George, Prince Charlotte, and Prince Louis made their carriage debut. Is this supposed to be Steph?
That's you.
I think Steph needs to
I
say
screwed
this.
up too during access, and I was like, am I
I'm
reading
sorry,
this?
my producers briefed me, so it's all on me, but I feel like I need to hear this from Steph because I know nothing about this. Nothing. I know that they were joined by their mom and their grandma.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Prince William, right, he was there. Prince Charles followed, like, riding horseback. To me, this is bananas.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Look at this, you guys. This looks like this is like something from centuries ago. But please, kick it off. Tell us, break it down, Steph.
All right. So what we're seeing there is we're seeing, William and Charles. They lead the trooping, which is basically they do it every year when it's the Queen's birthday. So we do see this a lot, and we've also got a portrait of the Queen here, which has just been released. I think she looks super cute.
I love it.
So let's break down what else we've got going on, because literally this is a fun-filled weekend. There's going to be so many celebrities. Everyone's going to be losing their minds in England, and I think people in America are like confused, like why is it such a big deal?
You can just say my name. I'm confused.
Alex really confused.
Do the citizens really enjoy this, or do they?
Yeah.
They do. Okay.
Absolutely. Literally, this is like, first of all, everyone loves a bank holiday weekend, right? You all love a day off work, let's be honest, right? First of all.
So the whole country gets off. That's what was going to be my question.
Everyone's going to have like a very long, lovely weekend. There's going to be like all these tea parties, which don't sound very exciting, but they're really cute.
I love a good tea party.
Loads of bunting everywhere, like little British flags. Everyone gets days off work. Elton John's performing. Diana Ross. It's going to be like amazing.
Is it so? They always come in a carriage? Like a horse-drawn carriage? Like at Disneyland?
That's like a real thing. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen on Sunday. There's the golden carriage, which literally looks like Cinderella.
That's
something from Cinderella.
crazy.
It looks like the Sistine Chapel has been painted on this thing, but the Queen herself will not be riding in it. There's going to be a special guest, but we don't know who.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
I mean, I'd love it to be Meghan and Harry, but it's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen.
Meghan and Harry, speaking of them, they're there, but they're not with the royal family. Are they with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell?
Wow.
What?
Really?
What happened?
Out of all people, they got to be with them. That was shady.
I was trying to shade Prince Andrew, not Harry and Meghan. But let's stick to Harry and Meghan.
Them together in a real nice little package, didn't you?
So how come Harry and Meghan aren't up in the balcony with everybody else,
Okay,
right?
so Harry and Meghan are there, and it's the first time they've been seen out and about in public with the royals, but they will not be attending the balcony. That's the shot that we're seeing right now, which is what the royals are infamous for, right? They're known for this shot. It's a big deal. That's because they are not working members of the royal family, which is also why, conveniently, Andrew is not seen too.
Oh, that's why he's not
But they are there. But they are there.
That's interesting. I don't know why we're not there.
I would
we should
love
be
it.
there.
Wouldn't that be epic? Well, they gave out 5,000 tickets, and it was a free-for-all. So you just went on the BBC website, popped your name in, and it was like a lucky draw, and they gave you 2 tickets.
And when you get these
I thought you had some pull, girl.
I know. No, it was just free-for-all. Free-for-all.
When you get these 2 tickets, do you get anything, or you just show up?
You go, and you're in there's a whole stadium. You'll see all the show. Honestly, it's going to be fantastic.
Why does Jeff have stank face?
Well, because Eric's has been wanting to ask her question for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, stop looking at it. That's good. That's
Okay,
gone.
so let's talk about Prince Louis, because obviously he's making a lot of headlines, especially since he wore his dad's outfit from 37 years ago.
There you go.
So what do you think of this throwback? And also, do you think that this photo was staged?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on. Could it be any more staged? Well, first of all, I was saying earlier to the guys, whoever's taken care of this outfit's done an outstanding job. I can barely hold something for a year without getting moth holes in it. This must have been in like an airtight, sealed vault somewhere under the castle. But he looks really cute. But he gives me like Harry vibes, because he's dead cheeky and cute. Have you seen all like little faces he pulls? He's not following protocol. He's just like, I'm living my life. I'm a prince.
I'm glad he's living his life and like full on being a kid. I don't want to see him all like poised up there. I want to see him making faces.
Have him dressed like
Seems like he's doing what he wants in that outfit.
Harry of this generation.
I feel like we're so focused on celebrity, and that's cool. That's you're a celebrity person. But I want to talk about like what would somebody like me be doing, like pre-sober Al? What else do people do on the weekend?
Very apt, actually. Because
What would I be doing?
You know, in the words of Johnny Depp, they're going to be having a mega pint. They're going to be having a big boozy weekend. Let's not kid ourselves. They're going to be having fun. There's going to be a lot of tea and cakes, but oh yes, there will be champagne and prosecco on the lawn. Very much.
And let's not forget that golden carriage.
No, the golden carriage. I'm dying to know who's going in the carriage. Seriously.
Who do you think? You have to have some insight.
I already told you.
I would love it to be
there has
Meghan
to be
and Harry,
one
but it's never
celebrity.
going to
She
happen.
already said Meghan and Harry. I want to get one more thing from Steph.
Okay.
Oh, I hope it's not Charles and Camilla, though. I'll be really disappointed if it's Charles and Camilla.
Okay. All right. It probably is going to be
It probably
them.
will be.
Now, Steph, I hope that you saw our first part of the show, because I heard that you have some insight in regard to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Please tell us, what are you thinking?
Okay, so one of my very lovely friends, this is Azzy Glazer. She's like a bespoke perfumer to literally the stars. She's very good friends with Kate Moss, Helen Bonham Carter, and Johnny. They're always together, like all the time. He went straight to her literally when they went to London. They all went out. He had this like concert at the Royal Albert Hall. Kate Moss came and they rekindled.
Oui.
I don't know what it means. But Kate Moss fans were outside literally crying. literally losing their
Rekindle
mind.
means you're a
I mean,
flame again.
she went, they had a very nice time. She has got a boyfriend, a German count, as you do, but we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Steph Jones. And can I just say, we were completely off prompter. Steph, you handled that like a darn pro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love her. All right.
God save the Queen.
Coming up on DBL, a very important story, you guys. A family fighting to bring a child home from Ukraine. The mom will join us live, sharing the latest on the adoption that was halted because of the Russian invasion.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL is holding nothing back. We're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
This is what you want, and this is what you're gonna get. If we're gonna be real, let's be real.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.
We're not saying where. Sveta.
Sveta.
Oh, Sveta.
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 It's Svetlana, but they call her
Okay.
Sveta.
Okay.
So they're visiting her at a refugee camp right now.
We're not
They
gonna say
don't-
where.
We don't want to say where.
Yeah.
How is she doing? Your follow up to that is like, what does life look like day to day for her?
Wait,
and
Sveta's
then-
the daughter.
Correct.
Okay.
Not official
Alleged.
daughter.
It's still in
completely
process for
halted.
adoption.
So like she's not officially.
This is my
adopted.
family's friend.
Jeff, you have question
Yeah.
number 2.
Is Sveta considered a
refugee now?
Does
Does
that
that
make-
make adoption easier in any way? Sam, you have the third question. If Ukraine loses this
Yep.
war with Russia, what will happen to this
Okay.
adoption?
And Gina Callahan, right?
Yes.
I just want to make sure
Yep.
I'm saying it right,
Yep.
even though it's.
And then Al, you have the last one on what's next.
Okay.
Like, what are you?
All right.
telling us about
Oh, there you go.
Oh, hi.
We're just getting briefed. Yeah, we're just
getting briefed. This is live TV, people. Okay, so there are going to be some things that happen that are unscheduled.
In the last segment was a debacle.
my mom says hi.
That's where we scramble the most. And
To
but,
be
you know,
fair, like
out.
Sam, so the other, we film multiple shows, and when I did it, it's too long of a setup,
It was-
right?
yeah,
So I'm just like,
And I've
just get
actually
to
looked-
it. It's like,
yeah.
hey, so here, join us now, Steph.
Right.
England, there's a lot going on at Jubilee,
Right.
Steph. Hit us with it. This was like too
too
long.
because I don't know anything about it. So
I bombed mine.
I would rather have Steph say all
Me
those
too.
things
Like,
than me.
keep
'cause
it
I don't
short and
know.
tight and
Yeah.
let Stephanie go.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
This
yelling
next
at-
story, you guys, really important. There's going to be, so this is a family, this is a friend of my family's that we've been trying to get on the show for a long time, but there is going to be a call to action at the end of the segment. So make sure that you stay tuned for that call to action. We need your help.
She's an 11-year-old who simply wants to come home. But just as her American family finished the paperwork, Ukraine was invaded, and now her international adoption is at a standstill. Her mother, Gina Callahan, is here to share the latest in their adoption battle. But first, here's a look at her family's story. A note: for privacy reasons, we aren't showing the child's face.
When you least expect it, you can meet someone who will completely change your life.
Back in 2019, in the summer, we hosted a little girl by the name of Svetlana. We didn't know hardly anything about this little girl. She did not speak English. We had about a paragraph of information on her. She showed up in June of 2019, got off the airplane, and we just madly fell in love with her, like instantaneously. We cried sending her back. She cried.
Gina's family hosts 2 more times before deciding to officially make Sveta part of their family.
On January 17th of this year, we were approved to adopt 2 children from Ukraine. It was the same day, actually, that Russia had evacuated their embassy from Ukraine. And we just thought, this is not going in the right direction. And, we all know what happened from there. It just, everything stopped.
The orphanage that houses Sveta, as well as another 130 kids, is located in Kyiv.
War broke out on February 24th. On February 25th, they were on the road. They jumped into buses and made their way to a neighboring country shelling, bombing. They saw it all, but thankfully got to safety relatively quickly. At this point, we realize our adoption is paused. There's no way to move forward in a war.
Wow. I hope we can help. Please welcome to DBL, Gina Callahan. Gina, your story definitely has touched a lot of us. I just want to say, you know, in full transparency, our mothers are friends. And our hearts are with you, and we hope at the end of this interview, there is a call to action. We hope we can help.
Absolutely. Because you and your family are actually visiting Sveta at her refugee camp right now. So how is she doing?
We are. We've been here for about, I think, 3 days or so. And she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She's a resilient little girl. She has a big smile on her face. She's being fed 3 times a day, and they're doing all they can to take care of these kids. And we've been really impressed by her orphanage director and all the caretakers who have been completely displaced, but yet have such a heart for these children and are caring for them the best way that they can in the situation they're in.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to resonate with this story, especially those who are looking to expand their families in this way through adoption. There's so many things that have to come together, and the fact that you were so close I know is really, really affecting people. So what does Sveta's day-to-day look like right now?
Right now, it's rather boring, to be honest. They are in a hostel that is gated. They are not really going outside of the gate all that often. This country has been amazing to them as far as allowing them to go to amusement parks and things of that nature. But for the most of the days have been there, hanging out. They have concrete to play on, and they've had a little bit of education, but you know, they haven't been able to do a ton with them. I think they've had about 2 hours a day of school, and the rest is just kind of free play. So I think she's relatively bored.
Yeah, well, Gina, thank you so much for sharing your story first and foremost. But my question is Sveta considered a refugee now? And obviously the question is, does that make this adoption easier in any way or harder?
There is no adoption at this point. She is still a ward of the country of Ukraine. So, and they have established martial law, which means there's no like working legal government at this moment in time. And it looks like that's probably been established at least through August. So when they're in a state like this, there's just really no possible way to do adoptions. So at this point, we are completely on hold as far as the adoption goes. And we've come to understand that now, that that's not a possibility. But one thing that we are asking is to maybe be able to host her until the war is completed and Ukraine has regained their footing and adoption can start up again. We've hosted her 3 times already. And we're just really hopeful that we could get her a traveling visa like she's had 3 other times to just come stay with us and be with us in the interim.
That would seem like the absolute most logical and hopefully easiest thing to do, but I know it's not. And I have to ask you this very difficult question that I know has plagued you and the other potential adopted families. What if Ukraine loses this war with Russia? What will happen to this adoption and the other children?
Yeah. Well, Russia stopped international adoption in 2013, so there is no international adoption if Russia were to take over. So I think our situation would be pretty dire at that point. We're just really hopeful that that won't be the case. So we're just going to fight and fight and fight to get her at least to at least host her and go from there. But if Russia takes over, I think our chances are very slim.
Well, Gina, the first step is getting the word out. You know, when I was talking to our producers, we were calling them like the lost children. Like, these are children that have families. Like, let's find a way to get them to their families. So DBL Nation, we need your help. to bring Sveta and the others to their new homes. You can sign Gina's petition by visiting petition2congress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. They need as many signatures as possible to get it recognized. We can do this. We ask you to please join in and help us. Gina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We hope that we can be in touch and that there is a happy ending. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting us share our story.
Thank you, Gina.
Take
We'll
care.
be right back.
This one. Tweets like these from an attorney and a cybersecurity expert say you should delete period tracking apps because the personal health data that you share with them could be used against you if Roe v. Wade were to be overturned and you were to seek an abortion. And that left a lot of people wondering if health data from period tracking apps are protected by HIPAA, a federal law that prevents sensitive patient health information from being shared without the patient's consent or knowledge. So let's verify. Is health data from period tracking apps protected under HIPAA? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Federal Trade Commission, Pam Dixon, founder and executive director of the World Privacy Forum, and a review of 20 period tracking app privacy policies and statements from Clue, Flow, and Ovia Health. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HIPAA rules, quote, apply only to covered entities and to some extent their business associates, unquote. Examples of covered entities are health plans and healthcare providers that do standard electronic transactions, like insurance billing. According to Pam Dixon, most period tracking apps are not covered under HIPAA. She told Verify that if a period tracking app does not include a notice of privacy practices for protected health information in its privacy policy, then the health data shared on the app is not protected by HIPAA. And that means that the company who makes the app can share or even sell that data. Some period tracking apps claim they are, quote, HIPAA compliant. But Dixon says that's a big red flag because
in terms of HIPAA, it doesn't mean anything. It's kind of a meaningless phrase.
Verify looked into the privacy policies of 20 of the top period tracking apps found in the Apple App Store and could only find one, Ovia Health, that said some of the health data shared in its app may be protected under HIPAA in some circumstances, but not all. In its privacy policy, the company says the data may fall under HIPAA if, quote, a person receives the app as a benefit from their health plan or healthcare provider, unquote. So we can verify, no. Health data from virtually all period tracking apps is not protected under HIPAA. With your Verify, I'm...
Get your phones out and get ready to scan our QR code to shop some summer deals. Check it out.
Steph, what do you have for us today? I'm so excited.
Oh, Tori, hello, and hi, DBL Nation. You know we've got some fantastic items. You've been waiting for them all week, so let's get started. Who doesn't love shopping? I know I do. All right, so first up, we've got Bonico 3-piece Healthy Air Bundle. So this deal includes a bundle that consists of one diffuser, one humidifier, and one fan. So, Tori, I'm telling you, this contains everything you could need for your own little bubble of clean, healthy air. It's even got this personal humidifier, helps promote healthy skin, and it will help relieve itchy and dry eyes. Hay fever's a nightmare, allergies. And I love changing the colour to fit my mood. So normally this pack is $90, but we've got it for $29, saving 68%. And this is a really handy little pack. Now, Tori, this next deal is becoming super popular. We've got Bitech Multicolor Lightning 3-pack starter kit with light bars and a light strip.
What?
So this deal includes 2 light bars, 1 light strip, 1 power cable, 1 battery, and 1 super cute remote control.
No way.
So each light bar can be placed vertically or horizontally, and they both include stands. To give you an idea, I've got these on either side of my TV. But you can also put them on your vanity or your nightstand. Just get creative with it. And this light strip has self-sticking adhesive. Literally, it's so cool. Literally, it's got 6 feet worth of light. So for this, you can put it in your working gaming spaces, TV, computer backlights, cabinets, mirrors. The list just goes on and on and on. So normally, this is $40, but we've got this for $24, saving 40% on a disco in your own house.
That's amazing. And also, guys, think about a nightlight. If you need it to look minimal and cool on the side, it's just simple, simple, simple.
Love that.
Like that product.
This next one is is just too cool. We've got official HD mirror cam 1080p high definition dash cam video recorder.
Whoa.
So this HD mirror cam will be your eyes and ears during those summer road trips that you've been planning, because it instantly turns your rear view mirror into a dash cam, giving you clear video and audio of your surroundings. And it does have motion detection, so it will start recording if it detects motion outside of the car. And it's even got night vision.
Oh my word.
So you can view the footage on instant playback screen, or you can download it directly to your computer. Normally this is $70, but right now it's only $34, saving everyone 51%.
Oh my God, easiest decision ever. If there's ever an accident, I just witnessed one, having this camera could literally save you so much hassle.
And for our last product of today, we've got the Deek 16-piece stainless steel knife block set. So this deal includes 1 knife block, 6 steak knives, 1 chef's knife, 1 carving knife, 1 boning knife, 1 carving fork, 1 bread knife, 1 santoku knife, 1 paring knife, 1 sharpener, and 1 pair of shears. Comfortable, efficient handles and ultra sharp, high carbon stainless steel blades, making your knife stay sharper for longer. It's normally $100, but we've got it for $39. It saves everyone 61%, and I guarantee you're going to love this item.
You get all of that for $39?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm always losing scissors.
The shears are so important. Guys, these are really great items. Head on over to morningsave.com, snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, and remember, you can even just scan that QR code on screen. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Take a look at this tweet right here. It claims that in 5 states, Texas, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida, you cannot get divorced if you're pregnant. So is this true? Let's verify. To get answers, we spoke with these 5 lawyers from across the country, one from each of the states in question. First off, our sources say this restriction is not laid out in any of the 5 state statutes. However, in each of these states, it is possible that a court could delay a dissolution of a marriage until a baby is born. Let's explain. Our Missouri and Texas lawyers say in those states, it's not impossible to get divorced while you're pregnant, but it's highly unlikely.
In Texas, they just don't want to complete a divorce case without rules regarding child support, possession and access, conservatorship, and then have to come back and relitigate those things in a few months once the child is in being.
Basically, in these 5 states, when a husband and wife get pregnant, the state automatically assumes the husband is the father. And our sources say that if a couple is divorced before the child is born, then the child could lose the legal right to certain financial or custody rights. For example, in Missouri and Texas, it's most likely that a judge will wait for the child to be born to determine paternity, custody allowances, child support agreements, etc. But family law attorney Claudia Work says it's actually unlikely that an Arizona judge would do the same.
People get divorced all the time before babies are born. If there's a dispute, there's a possibility that a divorce could last long enough for the baby to be born. But for the most part, judges aren't going to hold up divorces just to wait and see.
Arkansas and Florida are in similar situations. Legal agreements can be made to avoid the issue. So we can verify that this claim is false. Pregnant people are not banned from getting divorced in these states, but our experts say it is possible, depending on the circumstances surrounding paternity, that a judge could delay making a divorce official. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card, according to a bankrate.com survey. Verify viewer Linda emailed us to ask whether she could be charged extra for paying with plastic. So, let's verify. Can a restaurant charge customers more for using a credit card? Our sources are the National Association of Credit Management, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the nation's 4 largest payment network operators. Every time you swipe your card, the merchant pays a fee for processing. This is usually done based on a percentage of the total charge. Some restaurants absorb this cost, while others pass on the cost to you through a surcharge. All 4 payment network processors tell Verify they allow stores, including restaurants, to add a surcharge if they disclose it to customers ahead of time. Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment. So, yes, a restaurant can charge customers more for using a credit card if they disclose the extra charge ahead of time. Our sources say merchants are not allowed to apply a surcharge to debit cards. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. Lots of comments in regard to Gina and the adoption story. Victoria says, I can't imagine being away from my kids like that. You should be together, Gina. Amen. Cheryl says, there's always so much more than what is and heard and felt with the effects of war. Again, if you want to help bring Sveta to her new home, you can sign Gina's petition by visiting petitiontocongress.com. Search Act Now Ukraine Orphans. We can actually help just by dedicating 2 seconds of our lives.
Right. And I just hope everybody in this country, but throughout the world, like realizes when you just throw, oh, just bomb them. Oh, that country said, drop a bomb. There are kids down there. She's down there. So like the next time we like, let's go to war, remember that face. It's like, I cannot believe we're here.
So much fallout,
in
so much collateral damage. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
These are people.
It's just crazy too, and you'd think like they'd want to help get the children out of that country, and then it comes down to logistics. I know, it's just it's very interesting in how she can't get out. Yeah,
I know.
It's sad.
Well, DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Where hope finds help. Where courage meets conviction. Where makers make fans. We are Tegna, a family of local and national media brands that bring us together, serving the greater good of our communities. Where national know-how backs local business. Be in good company with Tegna.
This June, DBL is holding nothing back.
I've already spent my time, my resources, and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
Whew, all right.
No, we're holding you as accountable adults.
It needs to be changed.
We're in a fight already.
I'm all in with an E now.
You are?
Absolutely not. No.
First girlfriend in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yes, baby.
I'm looking at a cutie, okay?
I love what you're doing. I just want to thank you.
Honestly, that's why we watch.
Right, yep.
DBL is all new every day.